sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping.
Sipping, I'm 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 sipping. I'm used to getting paid for being on the mic.
Oh, say that then.
I was being an asshole last night at the. I was like,
what are
they was like, you performing?
Are you ever not?
What is Chuck's Alibi? Chuck's Alibi.
Oh, okay.
They like, you performing tonight? I'm like, they paying tonight?
That's good though. You gotta have that
But you said I
mindset.
was being an asshole last night. Like, are you ever not?
Oh. Touche.
Save it for the. Are we recording? Are we on? She's recording.
So this is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie. Sam Malone, Barstool, Roog. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right. Get your fucking life together. And I got Saf with me.
Yo, I'm in the building.
You know what I mean? And it's a good day. Good day.
Absolutely.
We had a pleasure of having one return. You've been on here a couple times. You know what I mean? My guy Ant Live is in here. You know, sit a little bit closer for me.
You know, I gotta get
Back
a
to the
little
show.
lane on
You're like, I gotta get comfortable.
Yeah, I just don't want you to be, you know, too far away. You looking like you scared of her. That's all. We don't want you
I'm not
afraid of her.
scared. Let me move up some.
And we also have the queen, Miss Rosario.
Hey everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
Now, since it is your first time here, give them a little rundown about what you do, who you are.
Oh my god, like my Alright, so I'm a radio personality, I'm a model, I host, I create events, marketing, networking. My undergrad also like is in healthcare management. I'm also a computer software specialist. I'm a poet, so I do a little bit of everything.
It's a hustler. It's a
Yeah.
hustler.
Yes.
She out here. But I mean, just the diversity of what you said you do, including the fact that school's involved, you clearly like to learn shit, new things, and like to try different stuff.
Yes.
None of that stuff all lines up together.
No,
directly.
it's like it's different pieces, so it's like here, because I'm like diverse, and that's just how my brain operates. And like even being like a psych major, it works into like the marketing and understanding of people and stuff like that. So that works too.
Absolutely. So I didn't know you was a poet.
Mhm.
How long you been writing?
I've been writing like my whole life, but you know, coming into the entertainment world, it like when you're around other artists, right?
Mm-hmm.
You start to like get into your own buzz and stuff like that. So like I've really been dipping into like this last year, like really getting in touch and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because growing up, I usually like suppress all of my emotions. I never would be like releasing that, and it's deep. Like when you think of poetry, like it's like you get into those nitty gritties that you're like, damn, I didn't even know I felt like that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's kind of dope because I can, like when you said like you suppress your feelings, I do the same things. I want to write, but I don't want nobody to see like my feelings. I don't want to be vulnerable. Like I'm not ready to be vulnerable yet. So I have things in my mind that would be dope if I probably wrote them down. But so
I mean, that's one of my things. Like I said a couple times, I had a friend that told me one time, be careful what you put in the music because you might have to perform that song for the next 20, 30 years. And you might not want to cry every day on stage for 30 years. You know what I mean? And it kind of, I understood why he said it, but it kind of did me a disservice because when I write, I kind of shut off part of my brain so that it don't go but so far. Like I'll allude to stuff, but I won't tap into it. Like I haven't made my Slippin' yet for that reason. Like the DMX song Slippin' when he really just told you like how, and I've you've heard certain shit where like I might put 4 bars to like how it was like I dyslexic what it's called? I had seizures, epileptic, and all of that shit. But I never really get into like how that.
But
was.
that's real life,
right? Yeah,
that's real life issues that we all deal with. That we all like kind of like dance around, right? So then we have these emotions.
But that's what makes me want to do it though, because I know like I'm cutting off the part that lets people know that other part of me. You know what I mean? So yeah, I am cutting off part of my real life. So that's something. That's one of my hangups. Like the same thing you said. That's one of my things. Now Live, he's an artist. He writes on emotion a lot of the times. Like a lot of his stuff is insightful and you know what I mean? It's introspective shit. And yeah, because he don't rap just to rap neither. So like he got a message with his stuff. But is it easy for you to go there, or is it a mood you got to be in? Is that your first
I was
vibe?
listening to y'all talk, I'm like, I mean, it depends. It depends, right? Like for me, I'm only moved to make music when I'm actually like when I've gone through stuff like life experiences, like get what I'm saying, like because if I'm not, I can't force music. You get what I'm saying? When I make music, I can't force it. Like so, it's just I gotta be in that mode. Like right now, I'm in go mode. Like I'm in mode. Like give me a beat. Like we gone. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like that's a form of ventilation. So that's
exactly what it is for you.
What it is
right,
for me.
Right.
Like to let that shit out. Like the song I got now, the single with Carmen June, rest in peace, Carmen. Like
absolutely,
let it all out. It's just like let it out. Like you know what I mean. But on the other aspect of like what you said, what the dude said, like I know my little cousin. He's an artist too, right? Lunati, shout to him, and he had a song. He had some like an album and some songs he made when his man died, and he was in a real depressed like spirit. But it's like when you're not in that zone no more, and then like you said, it's like you don't really feel the same way. So when performing it, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that's part of it. Or you might have tucked it a certain place, and then performing it brings it.
That
takes you back somewhere that you fought so hard to get through.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, how do you deny the fans that one record that helped them from not committing suicide?
Right.
I think,
you know what I mean? Like, you gotta perform it.
No, I was gonna say, I think definitely during these times, like for me, I've been hearing a lot of homicides in Philly. And just recently, it's one of my neighbors. He just got killed by his family, and I had no idea.
God bless.
And it was like, yo, like this is real life shit. Like you don't realize how everybody's impacted by death. And even though that was my neighbor, I'm still crying. I'm like, yo, I used to see this guy. It wasn't that. It was that he was a young black male, like trying to like, you know, get away from everything. He was going to get out of Philly with his wife. That's what she was explaining to me. But his own brother set him up. And I'm like, his brother? I was like, if you can't trust your family.
It's sad, man.
And they was just jealous because he was the one, you know, that was trying like transition into life and, you know, do something different. And I was like, yo, like, really young black males really do got it bad out here for doing good. Like, I'm like, just because of your levering up, I'm like, that is a real thing.
Absolutely.
It's dangerous. It's very scary.
Absolutely. No, I was just going to say, because she just added on to what I was about to say. So that's another thing. Yeah, because it's real out here. You know, it's real out here. So people need to understand not only the circles that you're around, but the people that's closest to you, right? It's important to understand that. But I'm also going through something, not me personally, but somebody very close to me is going through the same exact thing of jealousy from people who don't want to see you excel. And I don't understand it, but and it's a challenge for me. We always talk about is maybe not on air, but understand that everybody's not like you, right? Everybody doesn't think like you. So the things that you would or wouldn't do, you can't expect for everybody else to do the same thing, right? So that's a challenge for me to understand how somebody could do something like that. How could your own brother or sister in this matter do something like that to you? You know what I'm saying?
And my response to her when she says stuff like that is usually to the effect of like, it's not your job to understand crazy shit.
Right.
Because if you understood crazy shit, you'd probably be crazy too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because it don't make sense. But the motivation behind it comes from a couple places. There's people that don't want to deal with the fact that in some ways you leveling up or moving on is them losing you.
Absolutely.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
That's
exactly
one of the
things. But there's another side too, because there's also that side of once you level up, I got to deal with what am I doing or not doing.
Absolutely.
And if I'm already,
I never looked at it.
If I'm already beating myself up, or trying to never mind the fact that I hate myself and I hate my position in life.
Right.
You being that reminder brings that energy towards you. And people can really be upset enough to make themselves manic. You know what I mean? Just fly off the handle and do some shit that's not even in their personality. It's not the realm of their will box. You've never seen them smack somebody before, but they stab somebody out of a moment of insecurity. Not even like rage. Like the rage was within themselves. They felt the volcano go off in their stomach when you did something positive.
Right.
That's crazy, but I never looked at it that lens. From that perspective.
It go both ways.
And it's something else I wanted to say too. You kind of jokingly said it before we recorded. Know that he's like, I forgot you used to want to rap, right? But it's something Rosario said though also because I was saying I didn't ever want to be vulnerable, but also what you mentioned to him. You were saying, but that's real life, right? And so right now, like the real life that I'm going through, like I'm inspired to pin it down, right? And it's not going to be through music because it's just not going to be through music. But I just feel like my story can probably help somebody else's story. Like my pain can hopefully can help somebody else's. So.
I got an idea for that too.
Yeah, and we all are battling something. Like everyone in life is battling some demons. We just don't know what that demon. But everyone, life is not easy for no one. That's why I tell people, like even when I see clients and they go through their battles and I'm listening to them as a clinician, I'm like, yo, like yeah, we all are going to something, but we all are silent, right? Because we all don't want to be vulnerable. Not knowing that we all going through something.
Right.
And it's like, and sometimes, like, you know, when you release it or you purge, like, I was never a good crier. Like, I would never cry. That wasn't my thing. I used to just suppress it until I seen this guy and he was crying. I was like, oh shit, like I don't know what to do with this. And I'm like, you're crying, like you're a guy, like, and he's like, I'm expressive. I don't give a shit. But he made it okay for me to cry.
That's deep. That's deep.
And he was crying for joy though. It was like,
wow, that's even deeper.
That sounds like something I would do. Not real talk. Like I was crying when my daughter got the swim joint. My daughter 4, she won a swim award like for the student of the week. I was just so proud. It brought me to tears. Like it brought me to tears. Like that's me. Like real talk.
I'm about to say like you made that, nigga.
Exactly. So when I was like,
that wasn't a thing before you.
I was even thinking about it to get me like. Let me stop talking about it because I'll start crying right now thinking about this shit. Like
to show emotion for your kids, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Or to be in touch with emotion in general is good because that's the same thing we were just saying. Like I suppress mine. I know you say you used to.
It's a good and a bad thing, man, because emotions can get the best of you. Like your emotions can control you as well if you don't know how to
control them.
Right. And identify. You gotta identify. Like one of the best pieces of advice that I've heard is live in it. Like when you going through something, live in it. Like identify what it is and go through it. Don't suppress it. Don't push it off and stuff like that.
That's
just
good.
Because
ultimately, fears, man.
Yo, my mom just told me, and I didn't want to hear this moment last week. My mom was like, "Baby, you just gotta feel this pain, baby. You gotta feel it. You gotta go through it." And I really wanted to be like,
"Feel your
feels." I don't want to hear that. But I felt
feels.
her though. She was like, "Yo, you just gotta feel it.
That's a good advice."
And she said, "It get darkest before the dawn, baby. But you just gotta feel this pain. Just feel it. Just feel this pain and go through it." She was like, "But you gonna get through this?" I was like,
and the more you live, the more you realize that you're gonna live.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when you're younger or when certain experiences are brand new, everything seems like the end of the fucking world.
Ain't that the truth?
Everything seems like the end of the world.
Everything seems dramatic.
If you've been through the end of the world 15 times, then it ain't no more end of the world until the bomb go off. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what?
It seems like when you talk to a teenager or a child, they be telling you like whatever their worries are, you be like,
I wish.
Right?
I wish.
That's true. That's very true. When I was 10, my world was crazy. But it wasn't crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No, these 10-year-olds are dealing with the new stuff though.
They are.
They're dealing with some new stuff that you be like, what's going on at 10 years old
No, I'm scared for them now. I'm nervous for a lot of them because I know that, even in my age range, when you look at social media and you talk to people and now everybody has podcasts and platforms to like voice stuff, even when they're not sober or in their right mind.
Right.
You see that it's people
our age. They just talking
people
about
our age that have no idea how to deal with their feelings, have no idea what they're going through or why they keep going through it. They're not identifying the cause of the cycle. And it's like, imagine being young in this time when you're not supposed to know any of this shit. And you have all of these tools and everybody has all this access to everything that you go through while you're going through. It's like growing up on TV. We never saw a child actor that grew up and was the square. It might be one or two. In like forever.
Right.
Because being on the spotlight is not natural for most people, especially not from a young age.
Sure.
It's scary for the youth, I think, because a lot of people get into these social media and think they're real, especially like young girls. You know, a lot of girls are getting work done. There's nothing wrong with getting work done. I'm all about post-surgery, but it's like being honest because girls think that girls are like perfect and they have these, and then they have this ideation like if they don't look like this, then a man is not going to want them. Mm-hmm. And it's like these high criteria for young girls growing up. And it's like, no, you're supposed to be like this. You're young.
Absolutely.
When you get to a woman, that's when you get, you know what I mean?
Right.
But if you ready trying to skip that, it's like, no, this is not like what it is. People done got work and they pay for this. And it's like, it just creates this illusion. And I think with young boys, what's happening, a lot of jealousy with young boys, like they get successful or something. That's why they shooting and stuff like that. Because no one knows, like, they don't have no real guidance, I guess, real mentors. And then when people rap, when the young kids rap, it's all about fucking girls and keeping it moving. And it's like, well, what the fuck? If that's what you're going to do, what are we teaching the girls then? Like, why are we going to teach them to be good when all you're going to do is hurt them?
Right.
Well, it's a vicious cycle because
I was about to say
that mentality comes from the other side. And it's just like, it's going to keep going. The problem is we got to stop making excuses for why we do things. Like, I've seen, and I think I sent it to you. It was, I was listening, it was a video on Hot 97. They were talking about people having work done because somebody had said that somebody called up there and basically she said she's getting surgeries until she looks like her filter.
Huh?
Yeah, she wants to look just like her filter.
That's not real.
On Instagram. And then all her reasoning behind it was, well, that's the kind of woman men want, which is false. Please let me tell y'all that's false. Men is not chasing fake shit. They want you to be who the fuck you are when they wake up next to you.
Well, enough men are.
I mean,
no,
don't
but that's
generalize.
About the security about that man,
don't
though.
generalize men, because the thing is, why would you want that man anyway?
My point.
You see what I'm saying? You should want a man that wants you. I heard for years, love me for me.
You're not right.
But now everything's fake. So how do you want me to love you for you? You don't love you for you. I don't even know who you are.
Right.
Your
You know
nose ain't your nose.
I
Nothing
never
is
seen
your lips.
I have never met you. You know what I mean? Ultimately, I've been around your representation of you, but this isn't you. And it's like, I mean, like you say, I'm not knocking. If you want to feel better about yourself within reason, do what you feel the need to do. And I say within reason because it gets out of control. And what I've learned from the people that speak on that is that no matter how much they got done, they were never fulfilled. But another part of her reasoning was the girlfriends that she has.
True.
And that, you know, they have snatch bodies and so she wants to look just like them. And then it was like a whole bunch of stuff about other people. And then they said, well, how do you feel about you? And she said, well, I'm doing it for me. It's about me. And it's like, you didn't even say anything about you.
Right.
The whole time you gave 5 different examples randomly
of others.
Of outside, what you looking out at and what
factors.
people are looking in at. And you're actually assuming for what people are seeing out of you.
Right.
She's lost.
You know what I mean?
And
and
a lot of them are.
But it's very
of them are.
scary because this is a grown woman, a successful professional
Oh, that
woman.
wasn't a child.
No, this is a woman.
Oh.
So just imagine, and that's another thing. Older women talk to younger girls, and this thing gets passed down that way too. Where like girl, you gotta be like this. You gotta have your hair this way. You gotta do this because, and it's like. You got a complex from that, and you passing on a complex about that.
The type of stuff that go on in people's walls behind those doors.
That's true.
And it's wild. And I mean, even when it comes to violence, like some of that is coached from older people in the household, giving these kids the wrong impression of what life is, what respect is, what thorough is. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And one thing about it, and this is why religion and politics are such touchy subjects. We learn these things. We take these sides based on the people that we trust the most teaching them to us.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Usually you got that from a family member of some sort or something. The last thing you going to believe is that this person lied to you.
Right.
Well, they could not lie, but they probably wasn't educated enough. A lot of our generation are not educated enough. Not in parenting, not in politics, not in
anything.
Our generation is just learning that a lot of that shit that we learned was fucked up, but it's been passed on for generations.
That's what I was about to say. Because I was about to say, it don't even stop at our generation because then it also gets to what they were taught or not taught.
Mm-hmm.
But what I wanted to say was, you
out
were
of
saying,
necessity most of the time, though.
So I was going to go in another direction. When you were saying not making excuses, I think that it's very true that we don't need to make excuses, and something that we also talk about often. But I think that again, it takes a village, right? And I think that's something I've been seeing a lot more of. Of course, 45 was terrible, but one thing I think that out of all of his hatred came out of our own self-love. And I see a lot of entrepreneurs, our own community helping each other. And I feel like now to highlight that, I feel like that might take some of the positive stands. It might take a positive stands in our communities. I feel like that's what it takes. I feel like it takes more than
we needed
just,
to see that.
Absolutely.
The blinds was off now.
Absolutely.
Yo, everybody felt safe. Barack had everybody comfy.
Absolutely.
Too comfortable.
And nothing really changed.
Barack, what people don't know with the Medicare law, he put people in a catch-22. As in, like, you fell into this catch. Like, if you made too much at a certain level,
absolutely,
you couldn't qualify. And
you had to pay for it, and it was expensive.
Yeah, my mother fell into that. So I was like, well, hold up. I thought this was supposed to be better. It actually took her taxes from her. And it's not like she made a lot of money, but the way they set it up as a cap is actually that they got paid, but people didn't really know. But that's when the politics come into play. When you think it's something good, it sounds good. We all should have medical. You know what really sounds good is Canada's social system. That sounds good because we all have
almost every country but ours. But you know what? But also it is too. The poverty levels are so low. So I think that was really a major factor in it too. Because if they say that you make whatever the number is, a lot of people might make more than what you think is 100% or 300% below the poverty level. But we still not making no money.
Right.
It don't matter what you make. To them, it's a lot of money, but they don't factor in like your mortgage, your car note, your bill.
No, they don't.
Your
they think $50,000 for 3 kids is a lot of money, and it's not.
Well, part of what's been going on, for years and years, like few presidents now, is that the rich keep paying less and less and less and less. And now corporations are paying nothing and making billions and trillions.
Because
now, if we tax these motherfuckers the way that they tax us alone, a lot of people would be better off if they used that money the right way for the country.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Not saying that they will, but if they would, then a lot of people would be better off. And that's what it starts with. Like, even when it comes down to like people that have money, that know that if, according to what Biden said, when he gets in office, your taxes are going up if you make more than $400,000. A lot of people had to make a decision. You know what? I'll pay a little more just to save other people from the bullshit.
And that's
you know what I mean? Sometimes you.
I don't even see nothing wrong with that.
But that line was set at 400,000. That's reasonable.
That's reasonable.
You know what I'm saying? You can't set it at 50, 60 grand.
Or even 60 that doesn't mean nothing. Like 200. So 400,
that's
reasonable. 400, I think that's
you know what I mean?
reasonable.
That's reasonable. And I mean, then it's a whole system based on how that comes out. It's not just straight whatever one thing.
Right.
It's to a certain point, and then it varies. But anyway, I don't want to get into all of that.
If you tax savvy, you can make it work with your
That's a whole
AGI and
nother
things like
Well,
that.
the thing is, they built all the loopholes already anyway. They
loopholes.
still not going to get hit with so hard any fucking way.
No.
And before they lose money, they'll fire you.
Look at these.
They're gonna figure out a way to compensate.
They always want to get
the
their
board
money.
never loses money, bro.
No,
they just trim the bottom.
They just trim the bottom.
It's crazy. They
And I
pay
think-
all the higher ups that like my
Yeah.
bad people with seniority. I gotta pay you more to do that. I get somebody younger to do it for a third of that.
Yep.
Do that 10 times, we save a bunch.
Or we get computers in place, right? Another system,
Technology
internet to alter it. And coming from my job, like I seen things go. Eventually you have to go independent. It's just you don't have an option in this world now.
Corporate is hell.
Corporate. I seen people give their years. Like this one lady I knew that worked for a corporation, and it was like 30 years she worked for this corporation. New management came. They started to re-engineer. She was making too much. Next thing you know, she was terminated. They just put the pressure on her like she wasn't doing enough. And then she retired. When she retired, she came back to collect her belongings. She was no longer allowed on the premises of our property. Wow. She was escorted out. I was like, she just gave 30 years. They was not playing. It was
she's
like
been part of the spine of this
they
company
will
for 30
contact
years.
the police because now she's trespassing on property that she's no longer a part of.
And you was in the office that day.
Yeah.
So what was people saying? Like,
what can we do?
Not to them, because I know you got to go to work.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, how did people feel about the company after that? Yeah, like, was people like, yo, I'm getting the fuck out of here? Like, what was the climate? Because, you know, that's part of what they don't realize because they don't give a fuck, I guess, because you could always find somebody that wants a job. But, like, morale gets fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I might give you another 2 years, but that whole 2 years I'm working towards my out. Because I'm not waiting to get to her point for y'all to decide how I go.
Yeah.
Like, that's scary. And that's why, like, this generation, one, that's why they're so creative and why they're innovative and starting their own careers and things and online work spaces now. Yeah. Because we've seen generations of people working 2 and 3 jobs, breaking their back, not being happy for 20 to 30 years. And then in the end, they get their ass kicked. Yeah. Or the benefits don't add up and they struggling. Right. And all of this other shit. And it's like, if you don't have retirement, secondary, investments, property. Like, if you don't have all of that, this job ain't gonna make sure you got shit. But all you gonna do is make everybody rich, and you're gonna watch them get rich. You're gonna watch them buy cars every year. You're gonna watch them go to lunch and come back. Like, you're gonna see it.
Guess what? I feel like this is kind of a whole different topic, but it's kind of related. But that's why I feel like they need to teach different things in school because all of those things are necessary anyway. So the fact that they teaching people to just have a job and that's it is ridiculous.
Well, they designed the. They designed the military they want.
Teaching ourselves.
Yeah. So
school don't start until you graduate. Until you start teach yourself. That's what the thing. You get your basics from school, but school don't start until you start teaching.
School is where you network first.
Exactly.
School is your original positive network.
But guess what? Again, it takes a community. We need to be learning. We need to be teaching ourselves. We don't need to be relying on a system at all.
When I went
any
to
system.
college, my mother could not help me with financial aid. She didn't even know it was financial aid.
Right.
She didn't even know that they was gonna take care of my meals and stuff. When I was gonna go off to college, she was like, "I'm not gonna help you take care of you." She was like, "You're not gonna get nothing." She's like, "I can't help you. I can't afford it." So for a while, I didn't know because I was young, 18. Until I'm like, "Hold up, that's not how it goes." But how many people are misinformed in like entrepreneurship and college and stuff like that? And if you want to go to
and
college
just budgeting
and just budgeting,
just
like
how to survive.
credit, like no one's teaching you how to manage your bills. Why it's important to have credit score? It's like this is stuff like fly, like just.
There's people in relationships for that reason. There's people that have a significant other because they wouldn't be able to function as an adult without somebody that can handle that kind of stuff with them or for them. And that dependency will lead to you being in something toxic longer than necessary.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? And a lot of the times you don't leave that until you're in a position where you have someone else to replace that.
Or
sometimes they never will.
Or you don't leave till you force. Either you're lucky if you find somebody who can replace it. Because a lot of times you can be forced. But sometimes when it's toxic in your favor, a lot of times that other person don't want to let you go. You need to get the fuck out. Absolutely.
You're feeding that person's ego.
That's what I'm saying. You don't leave until you
They good.
They good. They don't care. They don't care. That's true. That's why it's important. I feel like as young girls and boys in this generation, you gotta teach everyone how to be independent. We're so dependent. It's crazy. Even I had to learn that. I was like, wow, we're so dependent on like a system. We're so dependent. And growing up, like being from a Latino community, I see how to see it too. And it's like, whoa, like with Social Security and the welfare, I was like, yo, we're too dependent. And there's nothing wrong with it to a certain extent. But when you become dependent, what if they decide today or tomorrow
to pull the rug out from under you?
And it's also, about the potential too. When you're dependent dependent on a certain amount, how big or small it is. But once you're in a world of entrepreneurship or doing for yourself, it's unlimited. It's limitless. You know what I'm saying?
But people have been afraid of money too.
Yeah.
So like my dad, right? He was a millionaire. How he got his money though wasn't always right, but it created a lot of tension once it became scary because once the feds took him, it was like removed. So then it was like, well, you should just be comfortable with what you got. You should just be happy. That's what was taught. So it's like, because of what we see, my dad, how he got, put away and all the trauma that was related to, him being a millionaire and the way that he did it. Right, at the 80s, that was a time peak that he was like, even hearing him talk about that time of life, it was like, yo, y'all was seeing like real money. And,
I don't want to cut you off, but that's the difference because these young boys, the lifestyle that they chasing is not the same lifestyle no more. So back in the 80s and 90s when that was the lifestyle because people had to do it.
He had to. He had no other choice.
It's not like they was glorified. They had to do it. Yeah, they made a lot of money, but they had to do it.
They
but
just
guess what?
have social media back
They didn't have social media.
They would have been putting it out there if they had.
They might. Some of them probably would have.
No,
but my point is this. But my point is this. They chasing a lifestyle that no longer exists. And that lifestyle ain't there. That lifestyle.
I think
it's not there. And now that you can get locked up now, like if my dad knew, he would have never been. Like, he was like, I would never went away for all those years. He was gone for 15. When he went away, I was 6. When he came back, I was 18.
Because, like, to Ann's point about the social media, the only reason I'm saying it, I think initially the 80s and 70s, they probably would have been putting it on social media. But by the time the 90s came and all them niggas in the 80s got locked up over their IG, them niggas in the streets
always gonna be the best growing up.
Because remember, if you really think about it, that's what actually happened. The hustlers before the niggas right over our age group, they was taking pictures all the time and all that, and then it came to a point where niggas wasn't trying to be in no pictures, like it wasn't a thing no more because niggas realized how dangerous it was to be in pictures. It wasn't worth it to be in pictures.
If you're smart, you always know that.
And that's the thing. But a lot of people don't. We know
again, like she said, what you told
people don't do it out of necessity all the time. They do it to be seen. So I want to make sure as many people can see me as possible. The same as the theory that I got to take a picture of my outfit today and make sure that y'all seen it on the gram. You know what I mean? Because you might have not seen that I was fly today. Like it's like.
Yeah, but you know what? That's so dumb because it's like
that's corny.
Instead of like teaching about property, like how many properties you got, how many investments that you got.
That's what I was saying.
You worry about wardrobe.
I seen a meme today that said, real quick. He said, a bunch of grown ass men taking pictures in front of PS5s and not property. I said, shit. And I don't play the game, but
guess what? True statement. But
you know,
back to the statement that you made earlier about the young lady, or sorry, because I felt like that was
It was
a young
a
lady.
woman.
It's a
This was
grown
a
woman.
woman. She's.
I can't.
I'm talking
Some
about
of them
like
grown men can have.
I'm talking
their
about
own
like 40
property
plus.
I
already,
can't
though,
wrap my
like,
head around the fact that
I'm talking about like
can't
40
always.
plus.
Niggas always
No,
got
that's
people always
true.
got
Grown
something to say
women
that
are
They
they
said it was a
don't
grown
want
woman, but that
some
story, in my mind, I keep thinking it was a young child, a young girl. But my
No,
whole point is,
grown women are misled too.
but that takes the fact the fact that these people that's doing it for the gram, it's just like you said, it wasn't for her. They doing it for everybody else, and I feel like that is just like you said, they lost. Like, yo, I'm just bringing back points to the conversation. Like,
But everyone in this world has been lost in some sense because you got to think it's been designed that way. That's why you got to study. You got to study every day.
Absolutely.
You don't have.
and you have to be independent and not be a follower. You have to have your own
And
mind.
you know what?
That's really
I was
important.
going to say
That's
something to
what
that.
you-
I was going
oh
to say
my.
something that's kind of to that point too. Because right now, if you're somebody that doesn't understand what we understand, or from the perspective that we understand, and you're listening to this, it might sound like we're being hard on people that don't think like us. But I think part of what's missing from a lot of people is something that all four of us have, is the outlet, the creative space, the thing that you do that lets you know that I'm ill at this, I'm dope, this is me, I created this. You know what I mean? I've even if you stumble with that,
Right.
especially if you stumble with that,
Right,
because
that's
like
true.
you said, you came out on the other side.
That's
I
true.
think that everybody has to find their thing, and they'll be
Their
better
thing.
off. Like, cause we all have PTSD. Most of us have anxiety.
Depression.
It's all type of depression going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
You have to get you a coloring book, a journal, something.
But people think they too
Type of outlet,
cool
like you
for
said.
that. People think they too cool for that, and then they're gonna want to pop a perk, and the next thing you know they on heroin. I hate to say it, but it's
That's
true.
true.
Yo,
No, that's
she
real.
went through that so fast.
That's how it go too, though. But that's how it
No,
really
she's
go.
right, but it was so quick. She said, they want to pop a perk that on heroin. It was like, yo.
Because they don't understand opiates are dope. That's the next
No, that
transition.
shit, no, niggas
So-
taking dope. Real shit.
So a lot of people don't know that. And so it's like, no, now we gotta get to a point. Like you said, healthy coping. Get that coloring book, whatever you gotta do. What's wrong with marijuana? What happened to that? How do you skip that? Like, how do you skip that and go straight to
They doing
Yo,
that shit too.
Be careful with your
They
weed. I'm
smoking
trying
the
to tell
weed,
you.
they drinking
No,
that,
but be
man.
careful with your weed, because it's some. I don't know what. I don't know what's going on, but it's people smoking some crazy. I was just talking to a doctor yesterday,
Oh.
2 days ago, and she was saying they coming in the mental ward and they testing positive for only weed, but she know it's something else in there. She don't know if it's bath salts or
Bath
what is
salts
in there,
in the
but it's
weed.
something, and she don't know what these people. She don't know what they've been smoking. So
Yeah, that's why.
That's
I mean,
something to think about. Like what? Like you would just think it was just regular weed. If you buying it, how would you think that
a
somebody's
piece
like?
of advice
Nah,
that I
they know what
give.
the fuck they was
A piece of advice that I
Everybody
give
do,
people
but-
all the time. I know it's drugs and it's considered underworld, black market shit. Always know who you fucking buying shit from when you're doing
Absolutely.
drugs, man. And not that weed is a drug, because I don't think it is, but everything that falls under that, possibly. If it don't come from a fucking licensed manufacturer,
and I
know
don't
who
trust
you
them,
getting
'cause
your
now
shit from.
I don't trust the damn.
Seriously.
But
medicinal.
that's like right now too. People can
I
lace
don't
your
trust
stuff
the
too.
medicinal.
Yeah, they probably do
Man.
stuff. Some people can lace your stuff. Like let's say we friends, but you, like, I know my cousin, she had got laced with coke, but she didn't know. So when she got tested, they was like, "You got cocaine." She was like, "No, I don't, because I don't do coke." But the girl she was smoking with was like slipping,
Yep.
and then the
Oh,
girl
man.
gonna tell her like, "Oh, I didn't know that. You older, you don't know. You don't know what you put in there." Like,
Yeah,
That's
see.
crazy.
but
That's
she
scary.
had no idea until she got tested. So how many times? You know what I mean?
That's scary. But that's
Very
why, like,
scary.
I mean, and everybody in here knows me and seen me around groups of people that I fuck with. I don't even be passing my weed. I don't be smoking everybody's shit. Like, I'm cool.
Right.
I'm super cool. And
that
I've
was
been like that.
pre-COVID.
I've been like this for a long time.
Pre-COVID.
And everybody that be with me for the most part is like that. Now, I might not, if I fuck with you, I'll give you a bud to roll your own.
Absolutely.
But, like, even waiting for me to pass it is not going to be fun for you. Because I want to smoke at my pace. Like, you know what I mean? You don't light a L and just burn straight through it unless you frustrated.
It's not gonna be fun for you.
But if I'm smoking with you, I got a ping pong
wait.
joint. This shit gonna be going in 10
He said
minutes.
if
I
you
just know-
I
wait,
didn't even get the
I was trying to show you
chill.
somebody wanted to tell me the other
It's
day.
not
It was
gonna
a
be
family member,
fun.
but I was just like, no, it's not gonna work, because you just I'm gonna just give you your own weed, because I'm
No,
not.
it's
used to
real
this
shit.
is my time.
And we
This
be
is
in
my
the studio
personal
and
time.
shit.
Yeah,
So you feel
sometimes
guilty
you
when a
need,
nigga
like,
ain't got
you
no
need your
buzz.
own
Like,
thing.
go
Like,
ahead.
and that's what you do.
This is my own thing.
Nah, yo,
Yeah. I don't even
Live.
like this
I'm
shit. 'Cause
wrong,
you like
Live?
your mouth. It's like, you know what
Live,
I mean?
I'm wrong.
Like, I don't know what you do. You know what I mean? It's like, why would you want to, like, share that
No.
anyway?
Sad part is niggas are savages and they talk about what they do with their mouth and still want to hit your shit. No, nigga.
Wow.
No, nigga.
Like, I just finished.
You know I follow you on Instagram, right? No, homie. I see you begging to toss a salad every day.
You be like,
Yo, I be wondering what niggas be trying to represent. Like, I understand that you want your women to know that you into them. Like, you might be in the BBWs and you constantly want to post the I love BBW joint.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always you eating their ass or some shit. And it's like, is these smoke signals that you need an ass to eat? Like, is that what you want?
I hate you.
Because your next post be about why you can't find love. And it's like, probably not an asshole anyway. But
I knew something was coming. I told you.
I think that with that
that
love topic, I think everybody just need to work on loving themselves, and I think that's what we lack of, because you gotta see, like, I want to know how you treat yourself, because at the end of the day, it goes back, if however you treat yourself is how you're going to treat me. A lot of people are neglectful to them. A lot of people don't wake up and like exercise or drink enough water or really like manage their bills. Like, all of those are like red signs, and it's like we as a community really don't know what love is. And even I had to learn that.
Our generation was at a heavy disadvantage. A lot of what we know about what went on with laws and black men being incarcerated and murdered and whatever have you, and not having the ratio of black men around the community, let alone the household, has taken a toll, because a lot of us grew up without seeing what a healthy relationship looks like up close.
Right.
People always tell you that they learned about family from the Cosby Show and shit like that, because they didn't have a grandmother, grandfather, father, mother that were together or that held each other down, whether they were together or not. I know people that have gotten divorced. One of them might have got sick and you would have thought they were still married, or even while they was divorced, they still kept it G, like they was best friends and always checked on each other and made sure each other was cool, to just show you what love is and how it can translate in many different forms and shapes. Correct. It don't have to be this
It don't have to
ideal,
be sexual.
perfect,
it could be like,
or this perfect thing that like
perfect thing.
Nobody's marriage is based on the same shit. Nobody's relationship is based on the same shit. We don't have the same needs. We don't have the same wants. I always joke about, like, somebody will be like, well, look at such and such girl. I'll be like, well, shit, what I like ain't gonna make his dick hard, so if he like it, I love it. Right. Like, you know what I mean? I can't tell that man, yo, you gotta get a Rosario. He might not want a Rosario. He might not want a side. Nope. He want what he want. If he love that, she needs somebody just like you do. Let him be there.
That's just nothing.
Let him
wrong
live
with
his
that.
life.
Yeah.
She's probably a great
human
person,
being. And that's the thing we take away.
Like, stop.
Like, beauty is everything, but it's not, because it's more to a person than beauty. These beauty standards can be altered at any moment, from an accident, from anything.
A lot of times it's a bad bitch that let a nigga know that he don't need one. You can have one and then be like, you know what? I just want somebody that care about me and really ain't playing these games. Wow. And when you find that, you ain't worried about what it look like. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, sometimes a nigga, when, you know, chicks, they'll get hype off of the fact, well, his new bitch don't look better than me.
Who cares?
She'll probably get the ring, though. Because now he has his priorities in order. He know what he don't want. He picked her for a reason.
Yeah. Right.
She fuck around and get the trophy at the end, if that's what you wanted.
I knew this guy who was with this girl, and he was with her while she was big, she was skinny, she went through all these changes, and when she got work done, he was like, you know, because I just want her to be happy. So then he just paid for her work again, because she had got a couple work done. So then they broke up, and she's like, you know, doing her thing, and she was like, you can't find a bitch better than me, and he was just like, girl, I built you.
I built you.
And he was like, if I wanted to, I
could build another bitch. No, I've heard that before, like that literal sentiment, like, if I pay for this, and this, then I could do it again. I could do it again. I could literally go scout somebody and be like, well, shit, all she need is this, and this, and I got it. 10 grand here, 12 here, 5 here, that's a dub. We good. Come on. Like, it's not a thing for some people, so, like, you can't, that ain't gonna work. But I also know a guy.
He's like, I loved her for what she was, not because of all this stuff. She wanted to get that. He was like, I just wanted her to be happy, because she said that made her happy.
I know a guy, and I believe him. He had a special, particular set of skills, right?
Got it all.
He said, because he had a, you know, his situation was decent, and I'm like, oh, she nice. You know what I mean? He like, yeah, man. Been talking to her for a while, whatever. He like, he said something, and I was like, so, how, like, when you start talking to her? He said, this is what I do. He said, I get them right before they lose weight. He said she used to be big. He said he was talking to her right before she lose. He said that's how you know she wasn't. He said that it's something about. He broke down something about their personality or something. Like you see that she's ambitious and that she's not just talking shit. Okay. He's like he latches on to that, and he was like, He's like, and then by the time they get to the ta-da phase, you was there the whole time.
So my thing is this. That's
so she's still
meditated.
No, but it was so funny because it's like this is literally how people
think.
He praying.
Figure out.
Yeah,
Everybody's praying though.
They praying on you.
Everybody's praying.
I didn't know this, right? You ever met a guy, right? That's like, I want to be your friend. So he be your friend. No. But they want to be your friend so you can tell me your problems, right? So
they can figure out how.
So the whole time,
right on it.
So I'm thinking like, oh, they really concerned. No, they're not concerned. They only invested in their friendship because they waiting for your weakness because they know that guy gonna fuck up when he do. That's his turn. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, that'd be the wingman.
Yeah,
I call him the wingman because somebody always in the wing waiting.
Listen,
they waiting for you to like give them the go. They waiting.
They only waiting if you give them the opportunity.
But that's why.
No, they waiting for it. Right, they waiting for the opportunity.
They waiting.
So
then they like waiting for the breakup for a girl. They waiting for you to go through your stuff. So like, oh, let him keep you company. Next thing you know, you in some shit. And guys get sensitive when you tell them no. Rejection is like majored for men. I told this one guy no. He was just like, oh, I was like, damn, because I told you I'm not interested. You're not my type. It ain't personal. Like you're not.
How do you feel about that? What's your opinion on that?
On what? Niggas that get mad when they get rejected? Cause
rejection.
That's just nut shit. I think that women need to understand the other side of it, but I don't think it's an excuse to ever black out or be aggressive towards somebody because she told you no. First of all, she might have saved your ass. You don't even know. Like, it's so many scandalous motherfuckers out here. She might have sized you up and was like, he ain't got Versace on fucking. You don't want her. Like, you don't want her. Like, she might have did you a favor. She might be crazy. She might got a dude across the room that you don't see that'll blow your fucking head up. Like, you don't, like, just take it. Like, it's okay. You live to crack another day. Like, it's okay.
But that's the thing. And I was like, if a girl want, let's say you have status.
But that goes back to the insecurities that the motherfuckers already got in themselves that you activated for some reason, or the fact that people were crazy enough to think that you owe them some shit.
Yeah, they feel like they're entitled.
I feel like everybody seems to feel entitled these days.
But
every single person that I meet these days feel like they're entitled.
The point that I was going to make towards what you said about guys playing a role till you weak and vulnerable so they could fuck. That's why I understand when, like, I got a lot of homegirls. Sop is my homegirl. She's one of my best friends. I got a lot of homegirls. They always in relationships, and I understand when they do the skeptical about me. Because he don't know me, and if he don't know me, he doesn't know my intention. I might be one of them, what you call them, wingmen? Yeah. Just looking for an opportunity to slay.
Yeah, because most men they do operate
but
like that.
But at the same time, like, I don't, once I have a valuable friendship with you on a certain level, I don't want to trade that in for some shit that's probably not going to fucking work out.
Absolutely.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And I don't want to put a limit, like, shit, we might be great for 3 years. But if for the next 15 years of my life, when I do find what I want and I can't share that with you and your family and all that, I'd rather be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
True. I've said that conversation too.
That's true. And not everybody's meant to be together. Compatibility. Like, I told this one girl, I was like, yo, you don't do your homework on people. Because it's not even personal. It's like, what does this person like? What is that like? Like, we can't, like, I'm a person, I love the sun, I like the beach. But you hate the sun and you hate the beach. We already like a deal breaker. Because I'm thinking about moving to Puerto Rico. Are you going to be able to move?
You know why people think that that's dope? I want to talk about that in a second too. But you know why people think that they know people? Because nowadays, and a lot of times as a man, I can say women do this when you get over 30, they give you a list as soon as you start talking to them. I'm such and such. I got kids, so I need somebody that's boom, 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 boom. She literally just gave you a checklist to get the pussy. Cause you don't have to genuinely care about none of that shit. You just gotta act like
I ain't giving nobody that easy of a round.
You see what I'm saying? So then
that's too easy.
Then he marks off all those boxes.
Well,
and she's like, but he was what I wanted in the beginning.
Cause he did. We had to.
Because he did what the fuck. I mean, we all know that niggas run around and tell them whatever they want to hear, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell the bitch whatever she want to hear. Like, not everybody. That's never been my mentality because that's dangerous. But it's a lot of guys that think like that. I
think it takes 6 months to a year to even know who somebody potentially. You still don't even know who they really are.
You dealing with their representative in the first 6 months, man.
I think it's like a year, man. I think
it's easy to play coy for a little bit. No, everybody can play a role. Shit. You could go on tour for a play and be a character for 6 months.
6 months, yeah.
I think me personally, like, I'm not in the business of meeting people. Like, not saying that you can't. Don't get me to the start there. people meet each other every day, right, and fall in love and didn't know him from a can of paint or whatever, right? Me personally, I don't know you. I don't know. And so what I'm saying is this: you could have been sucking 3 dicks last week.
Yeah,
I have no
that's
clue.
true.
Or you could have set 3 niggas up.
So what I'm saying,
got 'em
you
right.
said it takes a year to know.
No, that's their
you don't
actions
know,
though. But that's
like-
just their actions. But actions versus a person's character is 2 different things.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't give a fuck what you was doing last night, but after time, I'm going to be able to know what your
Well, yeah,
action,
that's-
like your
Yeah,
character,
And that's
The
true
character.
too.
the character
Like,
of a person.
6 months to a year.
I don't care. You could have been
He
a
can open my
whore,
door
and
for-
now
he-
you're different. And
Yeah,
now,
I mean, listen, shit
Not for
changes.
me.
Shit
like-
changes. Yeah.
you know.
But you can open my door for 6 months and then just straight be Ike Turner on
That's
day
true,
seven.
too.
Like, come
No,
on,
They
yeah,
can
like,
get
shit
abusive,
like
too.
that. It's a
You
whole
know?
bunch of shit.
And that's another thing
People
to look out
are
for.
people.
That's another thing to look out for.
You know what
That
I'm
guy
saying?
that
Like,
wants everything
Nobody.
that you
Always gonna
want
be
right
something.
away, why isn't he trying to take his time? You
right.
see what I'm saying?
We're
Like
just rushing.
that should be a red flag. Like a lot of
Yeah.
times you run into that dude, he ready to get married, he ready to have a family, he
That's
ready for
weird,
all
right?
of that. And he wants to do it with you
ASAP.
immediately.
Right.
And a lot of women is like, I've been waiting for this my whole
Yup.
life.
Yo,
And it's
that's
like,
so
whoa,
true.
whoa, 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 whoa.
You know what
Be
women
like,
weakness
What
is?
gaps is he feeling that he can't pace this?
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? Because there's a time for things.
To
She ain't
think.
trying to hear that fuck pacing. I've been
Because
pacing
men
long
know
enough.
that at the
But
end
that's
of
the
the
thing,
day.
you
I was
can't
with
blame-
my last
you
dude
can't
this
blame-
amount
you
of
can't
time.
blame
He
that you-
never put a ring
You can't
on.
blame that you don't want to
He
add another
coming
body
home.
to your resume as a reason that I'm supposed to just marry you right away.
I know.
Like, and
That's
that's really what the standard is. It's like women will get to a point where they like, I done did so much, I'm not doing nothing else unless it's this. And it's like,
They
No,
might recycle
you're
and
not
stop
really
playing.
going to get there
You're not
that
gonna
way
get there.
because the nigga that really like you is going to want to touch you a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you
goddamn
know
it.
what? That's because girls got into too like the numbers or whatever. It's like you gotta erase all that. When you're grown, listen. I'm like everybody make mistakes. Everybody do stuff, and I understand like guys play
Let's
a lot
not
of
act
games.
like
So-
these bodies is mistakes, though. Don't do that. They ain't always mistakes.
Some of them are, some of them not. Some of them
can't-
are.
You,
But why does the
no,
number have to
because the
justify
mistake
anyway?
thing is
But a
weird.
number does not
Yeah,
justify
why
a
does the number
woman
have to
or a
justify
man.
Oh, I
They're
mean,
just-
no, there's
yeah.
ways to break down numbers that'll really fuck up with somebody that really cares about you. There are ways to break down numbers.
Why
When
does
you
it
break
matter?
down,
Why we have to talk about
when
it?
you
Again,
break down
like
that
you
shit,
said,
they'll
like you
fuck up
said-
somebody that talk about you.
No,
No,
like,
I don't talk about
like
it.
you said, you
I
could
don't
have
talk
sucking
about
3
it.
dicks last night.
But I'm explaining to you
If y'all feeling
why
you
a
today
number
and moving
would be
forward, what does
effective.
it matter?
That's
What does it matter?
You have to, right.
But
and
see-
you, for me, it does matter.
But how many
But see,
numbers
that's the
do
thing.
they got? How,
It shows
why is
your
it?
character.
That's
It
the
shows
thing.
what you're capable of doing.
But what I'm saying
So
is,
even if you then had a come to Christ moment,
But what
and
about a man? What about the men that sleep
whatever,
with
like
everybody?
you was just doing that.
No,
So
but
you
what if-
are that same person, right?
that's fucked up.
What
No,
about
it ain't
the
fucked
men?
up.
What
It is
about
what
the
it is.
men
That's you,
numbers?
not for me.
What about the
Everybody
men?
has the decision to
Men,
decide.
see, the
who
thing
they
is, men
wanna
own they
fuck
shit.
with.
If you call a man a hoe,
Like-
he's not going to get offended.
Yeah, but you.
The only
that's-
way
No,
he's
that's
going
not what I'm saying.
he's going to get fake offended if he wants you and really thinks that's going to make you not deal with him.
No.
But if you
no.
call a man a hoe based on his numbers,
That's because we
he
made
gonna be
it
like,
okay.
well, shit.
No,
I'm
we,
not-
No, but that's
we
getting back to what I'm
justify
saying.
it.
But y'all still talking about what I'm saying. Y'all mixing apples and oranges. What I'm still saying is character versus actions are 2 different things.
oh yeah, well she switched the
How?
subject.
No, because
No, they
he's stuck
are,
on
but
that.
how
See?
does-
No, because he's stuck on that one. I'm
How
trying
do they not add up?
But
How
what if that girl went through something traumatic? You know,
That's why
sometimes
she sucked 3 dicks.
you don't know what's her
But hold up, though.
experience.
Hold
Some
on,
people
hold on,
been-
I've never
It
sucked
don't
three
matter
dicks.
what she went
I'm
through.
just hold on,
It's
though.
not for me.
But if you
She's for that other
and
guy.
if you got a trauma that you was fighting
That's
through
what
that
I'm
I'm not
saying,
aware of,
a trauma.
but if you got a
Some
trauma
people
that you was
got
fighting through that
trauma.
I'm not aware of, I'm not responsible
Yeah,
for
I'm
it.
not responsible.
I'm not
for that,
responsible
and
for
I'm
that.
not good with dealing with
What
that.
suck 3 dicks mean?
It don't mean what I'm saying is this.
He said his original
Why is that
statement.
even
Hold on,
matter now,
hold
right?
on. Before you get drowned,
Suck
his
three
original statements was suck 3 dicks last week.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. She could have.
That was the original statement.
Somebody sent me a picture of something.
I'm like,
I don't even want to know about that life.
It's not my life. It's the same conversation. I was like, I never saw that. So it's very similar. So he said that's. I was like, well, wait, let's be clear.
Nah, it was
I'm
just
sorry.
a random thing I said.
I'm like, how the hell? Yeah, suck 3 dicks. That's
Somebody, no, it was really a joke. And somebody,
I just wanted to clarify that because I'm like, it's an easier answer than what you thinking of. She really forgot where that came from. He said last week.
Yeah, he said last
like yeah, before you met her, like you don't know, you don't
Now,
know
hold up.
her. Like you don't have a. What I'm saying is you don't have no history with that person.
Right.
You haven't You get what I'm saying?
So
for me.
Right, so you get to the point I'm saying take your time. You don't have to rush into it and take your time and learn the
But it
character.
takes a long
But y'all never let
time,
him make his original point.
What's
That's
your
what he
point,
was
Ian?
trying to
What's
say.
your point, Ian?
When he
That it takes
started,
longer than 1 year to really know somebody.
that's what he
But
was
you
trying to
know
say.
what?
Oh, I totally agree with that.
That's what he was
People
trying to
are
say.
That's
still
what I'm saying.
learning.
No, but you were saying you
No, I
could
said
meet
take a
somebody
year.
and
No,
be
no,
like,
Yeah.
after a year,
But,
I was
but
like,
don't
a
we
year
all
ain't
change?
shit.
Like, how you thought at 20 is not how you think today.
No, of course not.
Everybody's evolving. Every day you add a piece of information.
Yeah, but
you're
I might
I'm
be-
talking about if I meet you at 36. I'm 36. If I meet you and I'm 36, and you, however old you are, you grown 34, 30, whatever,
Uh-huh.
and you get what I'm saying? Last week you was sucking the bag of dicks.
That's different because
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
don't
It's
think-
not like it's 10 years behind.
yeah, I'm
today.
not talking about that. I'm talking about me just
That's
meeting you
current.
random. Like
You
I
talking
could be
about
at the
current.
bar.
But I
and
mean, there's
we're
also
weird
this
and
thing
meet
that
you.
women
Hey,
don't
we had a
understand
good
too.
vibe. We done talked.
Right.
We done choked a couple times. You done cooked or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You look at it like, damn, this shorty, all right.
I could fuck with her.
I
Right.
could fuck with her not knowing
All this other shit.
she really not right. You get what I'm saying?
No, but and it's
She
another
really
thing
a
too.
whore, my man.
And it's
Like,
something that women
you
gotta
about
account
to
for
wife
too.
the whore that everybody
But
else
that's what I'm
done
saying.
been.
Hold up. Yeah,
Hold
that's
up,
what I was about to get to. Hold up.
They turn
Hold up.
it.
Hold up. Hold up,
At the
Sam.
end of the
Hold
day,
up,
they
Sam.
turn
Hold
it.
up,
I'm
Sam.
not-
Hold
I
up,
don't
Sam.
care
And
about
let me say this.
Hold up.
I'm
Let
not
me
gonna
say
be the
this.
one where I'm somewhere out with my shorty and it be like, oh,
Exactly.
I'm
Y'all
not
don't-
gonna
y'all
be
don't
that one.
account for
I
the
gotta
fact-
know you. I gotta put
Y'all don't
time in
account
with
for the
you.
fact that
You know
men
that you ain't no fucking
operate
whore.
off of pride.
Period.
But that's
Off
not
of
what I'm
pride.
saying
Yeah,
either.
like-
It feels
You can't
crazy
be no
to
whore
walk
and roll
through a
around
mall
with
hand in
somebody.
hand with
But
somebody
she a hoe, she
and
gonna
walk
be a
out
hoe.
the mall feeling
Yeah,
like half
but
the
hold up, but this
motherfucker.
is
And
my
that's
point
that.
though. But this is my point though. We all
That's
said the same
crazy.
thing that it take
I'm not
time,
rolling
right?
around with
That's
But we
no
all
crazy.
said it take time. If you a hoe, you gonna be a hoe. And we said
Exactly.
don't rush into it. So she a hoe. If you ain't rushing to it, you
He
gonna find out that
might-
bitch a hoe before she even be up
Yeah.
under
No,
your hoe.
because the hoes
No.
is just,
It could
hoes
be
is
niggas
doing
at your
everything.
wedding cracking the
Hoes
fuck
is doing
up.
everything a faithful good woman is doing. Hoes is doing the same
Unstable
shit. They will
creatures is
cook
deep,
for
no
you.
longer
I know,
whores
so I
now.
know about
I'm
that.
just saying,
I
it's
know.
hoes out there that will do
Like, what do
everything.
you?
They
No,
will cook.
hoes actually
They
work
will-
the best.
Yeah,
They don't have
that's
none
what
of the
I'm saying.
hang-ups of the
And
good
niggas that
girls.
don't know
They
the
do everything.
difference. If you can't see the difference, you will get caught up in a relationship
With
with
a
a hoe.
And
Who
you won't
thought-
know.
Because she at the point where she like, I'm tired of hoeing. You feel me?
But she know how to
He's
do all that
nice,
shit to
or
take
she
care
might
of a
see
nigga.
some- Yeah, she know how
Because
to
she done
take-
took care of everybody.
But
nigga.
she really still a hoe at heart.
Damn.
Like
She make
when
great
that
breakfast.
opportunity come up for her
Cook
to
the
hoe
shit
again,
out of
my
steak.
man,
That's my point,
she's
and that's
gonna
what
do
I
it
said
again.
about character.
But you
again.
won't know it
You won't
because
know.
she's playing the
Role.
role, so you're not gonna know.
And you know what's crazy?
and it's-
Now let's hold on.
saying.
Now when it
Now
comes to
you
playing
never
roles,
know.
y'all know that women actually act like however they dress for the day. If a woman put glasses on, she's a nerd and studious and on
What
a
the
sexy
heck?
teacher for the
I
day.
I
agree.
don't think that.
Yo, I've
I do
seen
not
it.
do
I've
that.
literally seen
But
it.
those some other
Motherfucker-
girls.
I act the same in the skirt. You see me in suits.
Yeah.
You see me in all kinds of ways, and I act the same way.
Yeah, nah.
You code switch not based on your outfits though.
No, I code switch based on the
Based
room.
on necessity, yeah,
Yeah,
not on your
like-
outfits. But I'm saying there are women that do that shit. Literally. They're a
Oh,
different
no.
person. Like you Beyonce here, you Sasha Fierce with this on. It's just like
But
a whole
your
nother
outfit
nigga
should
based
not
on an
even
outfit.
Change. Like that's weird. I would think that's
She
weird.
a character.
She's a character.
She's a character.
And
I'm
she
like-
been studying Sasha for a long time.
I think with me, though, I think since people know my social media and they see that, people don't know how educated I am. People get confused. So when they start talking to me and I start having to level them up, it's like, oh,
Might be a balance you need to find.
it's like they don't have no idea. I'm like, fly where? I was like, no, I got a passport. I'm ready to go to Africa. What you trying to do?
It might be
And
a
it's
balance
like-
you need to find.
And then it's hard for them to comprehend. Like, oh shit, but then you just no, that's
Because you're
entertainment.
receiving based on what you put out. You might need to balance that out more, and then you'll get different offers because they'll understand what your level is.
But until they get to engage with me and
No,
then they know
everybody's
me.
not
Don't
going
judge a book
you
by
don't
its
want to
cover.
engage with people unnecessarily too much anyway. So you
Yeah.
want to tighten that window of who thinks how they could come at you from the gate. That way
Correct.
it's less motherfucking frustration, and you don't have to be one of these girls on Instagram acting like they the only one with everybody in their DMs.
Correct. No, I really don't care because I already know how.
No, I know
people
you don't
feel.
act like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I
Yeah.
don't put that on you. Come
No,
on,
no,
bro.
no. I know that.
Bro, don't do that to me, bro.
No, and I know these guys are for the street. These guys be in my DM, then they may be in my girlfriend DM, and I'm like, damn, this person and everybody.
But
That's
you
how
know
they
what?
talk. It be
Some
the same.
girls is a street nigga type though. Like, I had a cookout one time, and my homegirl called me afterwards, and she asked me about 6 different niggas that hollered at her. And they was all the boss type niggas that was at the cookout,
Some females and women just.
And I mean street niggas when I say boss type. I mean, but like heavy in the streets type dudes. And it was crazy because I don't want to put nobody out there. I'm like, he's a good guy. He's a nice guy. But what does he do for a living? Because she knew, like, there's no way. And I'm just like,
it's another conversation I got to too.
I'm like, but not one square hollered at you?
And that was my answer.
Not one square hollered at you?
No, but my point is this. That's the whole conversation. Don't ask me about, ask him.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. I'm never going to hate on another nigga, yo.
Yeah, no guy's going to do
Not
that.
hating. Now, if he's dangerous, I'm going to give you a heads up. Because I don't want to think about that later. But if I'm not hating on a nigga, like,
if he,
you might be trying to scheme him.
It's going full circle because you just got to be able to gauge people. Like, you need to understand, like, come on, I'm not. No. Your
mind is a literal puzzle, huh?
Absolutely.
Like, she always brings things back to zero. It's very weird. Like, we be drinking and smoking. She remembers every point and how it relates to the next 5 points. It's scary. It's some robot shit.
That's good, though.
She's the type you don't want to argue with and then bring the argument back up next week. Because if you bring it up next week, you're going to lose. You might have won the first one.
That's good. That means you can catch a liar. Because a liar, they be switching their stories. You be like, but you told me.
Oh, that's me all day.
Like, hold on. You said.
Let me tell you.
That's probably why I lasted
like,
so long.
I got a 9 to 5. I'm an investigator. Like,
okay,
I get paid to investigate people.
Like,
this is what I get paid to do. Like, to investigate people. Like, I'm a financial investigator, but sometimes it goes
that's
to the right. So sometimes I got the same stuff that law enforcement got. So
the interrogation is real because people do be like, so you got to ask them another question. Okay, well, I'm gonna ask it now this way. Then I'm gonna ask it that way, and then they'll be like, well, hold on, but you just said, and then that's when they start stuttering and stuff. And leave it out again.
I don't even say this. I don't even do the Menace to Society, John. I just give a whole bit like.
Re-ask.
No, I don't even re-ask. I just be like, I might even throw something different in this. Not even right now. Great, got you. Like
you gotta learn. It's like playing board games. You gotta learn how to make people go where you want them to go. You can't, like, when you go directly at something. You can go directly, but you can't double down on the direct. Some point has to be a goal about where you just let them lead you.
I'm like the good cop, right? So I used to work for the IRS, and they used to tell me like I was the nicest.
That's why people play dumb.
They ever got like, and they can't even play. Like they be like, yo, you just the nicest person. Like they just be like, cause I'm real and I'm straightforward too. And I also get you by thinking I'm nice. Like you tell me everything. Well, what happened was because like just start going in. Like, all right.
No, real shit.
You'll probably identify too with your look and stuff like that. Sometimes they be like, oh, maybe it's okay. You be like, but then
I switch my, like I told him, I can just like code switch.
Like I said, she code switches appropriately. So, like we all coming from where we come from, we all have to code switch at some point.
Yeah, because most
you go into some of these jobs, you got to go in there a certain kind of way.
That's what it is.
So that's the word.
It's not.
Code switch.
It's called code switching, and it sounds bad. It sounds bad, but it's not necessarily bad because you got to know how to play the game.
Use what you got.
And I learned at a young age. Rest in peace to Kyle, my god brother. He taught us at a young age. Not literally. I literally saw him like I went to visit their school like on Shadow Day. I went to their high school.
Oh, that's dope.
And I know him from the block. And they went to school. They went to Northeast High School. Bunch of white people. And I seen him in that school. And I saw how he dealt with the teachers. I saw how the students dealt with him. I saw like it was just a different he knew how to play the game. Yeah. And he was young. He was a young man at that time, 16, 17 years old, and he got it. And shout out to Aaron, his little brother. He learned it from him too. They both play that. They know how to play that
here, this is what it is. When I'm
but at the same time, this environment doesn't even call for some of the shit that I need in this environment. Though.
That's true. That's true.
That's true.
But how I, and that's why me and my nigga Sammie so cool. Like we've been cool for years and years. But
yeah, I went to college with this guy. That's how we met.
Like my
Morgan
mom
State.
always told me, like you choose your friends wisely. And it's like
my people too.
I can't be around a certain type of. I can read you fast because I'm very observant. Yep. So I'm gonna read the type of dude you is or female, whatever. I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna get the energy. Yeah. Because that's how I
just said that when we came back from the store.
That energy is real.
What I say when we come back from the store.
If I'm within the first 10, 15, 20 minutes of being around you, if it's something that I'm sensing that's off about you, I'm going with it.
I'm going with it.
You get what I'm saying?
Going with it.
But people don't
because
trust
there's a reason.
There's
a reason.
But that's where you don't trust your intuition.
That's where a lot of women mess up at though.
That's my problem.
You take too long to take a lot of these guys around your guy friends that got sense. Because a dude will see a dude in a minute And a lot of
or
times,
even go ahead,
and be like, yo,
after that.
The brand bottle.
and be like, yo, he ain't my type of nigga. It's something off about
But
Bull.
what about
Or he's this type
But
of
not
nigga.
even that. What she was saying was, no, you gotta trust your own before it gets to that point.
Intuition.
Your own intuition be really.
That be fags and don't know.
Oh.
Well, you know what?
But
That's
no,
hard. How would you? No girl's gonna know.
You guys,
Is that a
I be
deal breaker
knowing
if you
shit,
meet a
like,
dude that
nah,
used to sleep
something
with
like
men
that.
or
For
has slept
me,
with men?
I'm not gonna say for everybody. For
me,
me, it is. I'm not dealing with no guy that's openly bisexual or a guy that I know.
no, he said used to. So what if he used to?
I mean, I don't even know what used to means, but you know,
Whatever.
like,
No, I want to clarify
Yeah.
because she said openly bisexual, which is two different things, and it goes back to
like
again,
if
goes
it's
back to
happened
your
before,
point.
basically
No,
down
but
to
you
the
was
fact
doing
that it's
last
happened
week.
before.
No, I'm just saying you were saying if you was
Right.
doing that last week,
Might be with it. Somebody might be with it.
So that's the point.
No,
That's
No,
the
but
point.
that's
No, me
that's as
personally.
important. That's probably as important.
That's
to him
important.
as
I
this
want to
is.
know.
That's probably the
Right, that's what I'm
equivalent.
saying.
No, right?
That's probably the
No,
equivalent
that's
for
what
y'all.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's probably the equivalent.
Some people may be okay with it, but I'm not.
Like, yeah, I used
I'm
to,
not.
you know.
No,
I
I'm
tried
not
it.
okay.
Now,
Nigga like I tried it.
I don't
didn't like
even
it.
like that stuff when they let the girls be like, "Oh, it's not gay to me. It's still a form of gay for me." When girls put strap on dildos and they do it to their guys and their butt, whatever.
Wait, what?
Hey, yo,
That's definitely gay.
Well, what
When
I heard,
I heard it wasn't,
no,
but to me,
no, I heard a woman and she's supposedly quote unquote an expert on
sexuality.
speaking about these things,
Sex
and she
education.
said as long as it's done with a
for
woman,
women that is
that
not
is
gay.
not, and I don't.
chill, beloved.
I don't agree with that shit at all. As
As
long as it's with a woman that is not
It's
gay,
gay
it's
to
just
me.
what you like.
It's gay to me.
But I don't
Just your
agree with that
preference.
shit.
But you
Yeah.
penetrate. Never mind. We ain't. Never mind.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Alright.
You
But
break-
everyone
I
has
mean,
different things. So
I know, but
Teach. Look.
To
teach
each
his
your
own.
own.
now before we go down this long ass, because we've been on this man woman thing and it's been fun. But I also, before we go too long, I want to talk about some of the shit that Live has going on and has been doing.
I was.
this year.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that.
And I definitely hold on before we get to that. I appreciate y'all being real. That was a fun ass conversation. That was hell. And I cut South off 30 times and she ain't jabbed me yet. So we good.
I'm doing good.
We good. But I was at a video shoot for Live yesterday
Oh.
at New Jersey Weed Man store.
Weed man joint.
This
Nice.
nigga got VIP access in that motherfucker. We ran circles around that bitch. We shot in every room in there except the one they was doing construction in.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
You know
It's
what
so
I mean?
fun.
Like-
Video shoots. Video shoots are fun.
They are.
And that's
They
what I've
are.
been telling them. Like now it's like we do shoots every other week, so it's like it's a
fun.
lifestyle now.
It's fun. It's creative.
Those visuals are important.
Important.
In this
So what
day
you doing
and
the video
age.
for?
Yeah,
For a
talk
song
about
called Olive Branch,
Oh.
off my upcoming album called Each One Teach One.
Explain
Like,
the
see?
hook. Say the
It
hook.
takes a village. See, look at that.
it. Yeah, he got sneaks too, Prestos. But say the
Um,
hook for the John to the Olive Branch part.
Say the hook for the Olive Branch.
You don't remember it?
The hook for the Olive
No,
Branch.
because it's a good like.
The hook for the
You know how
Olive
sometimes
Branch.
hooks just make all the sense in the world. Like it's like a
That's
message.
how catch the
That
song.
makes
That's
sense.
yeah. The beats and the hook actually
And
make sense.
I don't want to chop it up and mess it up.
Chop the screw.
The Olive Branch. I'm gonna rap with it today.
Alright.
Cause
Perform.
I'll be bad with that off
What?
spot.
I got the same problem.
You drinking this smoking.
Know how I'm coming like a top champ. And that weed ain't ready, cause it's still damp.
Oh.
Why you sound like that? Cause I'm so amped. I extended my arm, that's an olive branch.
Oh.
You know how I'm coming, like a top champ. And that weed ain't ready, cause it's still damp. Why you sound like that? Cause I'm so amped. I extended my arm, that's an olive branch.
And
So,
the
yeah,
crazy thing
that's
is,
the I like that.
the extension of your arm is literally an olive branch.
Exactly.
That's
how I
literally
feel
an
about
olive branch, and it's so fucking simple.
it. I like that.
Right. Now, we did it at the
And a
weed
lot
man.
happens between a handshake, a non-handshake, how you shake somebody's hand. A
Mm.
lot of weird shit can happen once that olive branch gets extended.
Right.
But go ahead.
Yeah, so that's on the upcoming project, right? We just did the video. Shout to you for coming out, because my boy, he
Thanks
comes
for
out,
having
he
me,
comes
man.
through. I text him. Like, I had him already, but then I text him yesterday, like, yo, you coming through? He like, I'm sliding. So I'm like, yeah, see, let's already know he gonna be, he gonna pull up with Poe. My boy, shots to Poe.
King
Logo.
Jaffe Poe.
Yeah, shots
When's the
to my
video
boy.
being launched?
It should probably be done. It should be edited within the next 2-3 weeks. It'll be ready. I don't know when I'm gonna put it out yet. It's actually the first track on the because I just finalized my track listing like for my joint, like, because that's a hard process too.
You
trying
done
to figure
shooting?
out
You did the whole video already?
the
I
video.
missed my cameo.
Yeah, videos done.
Oh.
Videos wrapped up.
You're like, I miss my character. It's fun doing videos.
The Weed Man joint. So to go to that, it's in Trenton, like pretty much downtown, right across from City Hall.
Shout out to New Jersey Weed, man.
Shout out to Ed, Edward Fortune, however you pronounce his last name.
It's Forshawn.
And he's just, he's going through a lot down there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he has like it's like a marijuana, like how can you say it? It's like a gathering place. It's like he also has a restaurant. The food is good.
Food is
So they
popping.
place
My
there,
catfish
like,
was
smoke while
lit.
the food is there or something?
Yeah, you
We
can
gonna
smoke
go,
in
like,
the
on a
back.
Sunday
You
or
can't
some
smoke
shit.
in the restaurant part.
Okay.
But so the whole thing is like you can come in there on certain days, and it's almost like a dispensary. Like they have the menu. Where you
That's
can
dope.
see what
And then
kind
a
of.
recreational just got
It's recreational.
In
Yeah.
Jersey, not
Jersey.
here.
That's in
Yeah.
Jersey though.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
in
from
Jersey.
Jersey. Yeah,
Okay.
So
Yeah, so that's
it
dope.
just got passed, right?
So you can
He
just
just
smoke
picked that
whenever
up.
you
Those
want.
are stuff that he picked up from there. This is
Okay.
all empty now. This is the super shake.
Yo, that
So we
super
picked
shake,
up. I
goddamn.
picked up the super shake yesterday. It was just.
Like, how do they come up with these names? Like, that's what I'm
Well, the
like.
super shake is like they sell
It's
all
a mix
buzz.
of all different
So it's
type
every
of
shake
kinds.
from all the buzz. So it's like 30
But
different
isn't
weeds.
it like only 3
And they
strands
give
that
you,
makes up the
a
marijuana?
quarter for 40.
Like sativa.
Well, you got sativa and you got indica, right?
And then
There was
there's
all
one
mixed
more.
like hybrids, indicas,
It's all type of shit in this bag. But all the best shit that they had down to the mediocre, not mediocre, but the regular.
Listen, it's
you know,
everything. You get,
But she's saying where they get the names from. I don't know.
I mean, I think
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
it's like naming a star. You just figure out something you think is cool that you don't think nobody else
could
did.
be based off of taste. Could be based off of.
Oh,
Okay.
for our
It could
viewers,
be
I
your
just want
mama.
somebody to name a star for me.
So, like,
So
if
if
somebody's
anybody's
like, I
watching,
want something that's really
That's really
strong,
something I
it's gonna
really
put me to
wanted,
sleep. They're gonna be like, okay, this won't put you to sleep. If you want like an upper, like, if y'all want something
Yeah.
to mellow me out, that's that. Then
Right.
they let you know.
And that's the difference between indicas and
And
sativas.
sativas, right?
right?
Sativas keep you more up. Indicas are going
Right,
punch
right.
you like it's going to hit you.
Make
Like,
back shots.
slump you like that.
But just in case our viewers didn't hear,
Know what I mean?
they said it's like naming a star. I just really want a star named after me. If anybody wants to.
Anyway.
Wishing on a star.
No, but the twist is like
do.
the crazy thing
There's
about
nothing wrong with that.
anything.
That's
Star named
good.
after me.
It's
That's
like
dope.
I knew a smoker that smoked so that she could clean the whole house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
does
it's like
motivate
shit affects
people
people
sometimes.
differently.
Definitely,
Like,
yeah.
like
does.
she used to want to smoke crack to stay up to do shit.
Oh, that's
And
a
that
little
was
too
crazy.
hard.
Right.
But
That's
like,
a little
yeah.
too
You
hard.
said crack. I thought you said smoke weed.
No, I said smoker.
Oh my, hold up. She said
Oh,
crack. I
I'm
think.
talking
When
about
you-
like
you
just
talking
drugs
about
in
smoker,
general.
smoker,
Like
Yeah, that was her.
they
Yeah,
affect
smoker,
people
smoker.
differently.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
smoker.
Not stoner, smoker.
Yeah.
And that's why like everything ain't for everybody.
And I
Yes,
gotta,
sir.
and see, that's the distinct. I gotta distinguish too the slang between Philly and Jersey. And
Yeah,
Trenton, where
because
I'm
y'all
from.
got different
Because
language.
when I say something like that nigga smoked out, like I don't mean like a junkie smoke, like
Yeah.
just he
high.
high, like on some.
Oh
weed,
yeah, I
like-
think
Yeah, we
smoked
mean
out
smoked
means
out
like
is
fucked.
burnt out.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
think. Burnt
Yeah.
out.
Now
Like,
we
he
say
smoked
burnt out, like nah, he burnt out.
But
Like, you know
smoked
what I
out
mean?
means like
he
that.
Smoked out is
he
that
burnt
fast.
out. You feel me? Like
Yeah, that's that
yeah,
for us.
but
It's
to
slang.
get back to the joint.
Yeah.
So
Good
each
job.
one teaching is coming real soon.
Each
I
one
have
teaching.
I got a video I dropped last month with featuring Woke Diamond. He's a Philly
Okay.
artist.
Okay.
Dope
man.
joint.
That's called Better Know Something. So you can
Better
stream that
know
right now.
something.
And live, Better Know Something
Better
featuring
Know
Woke
Something.
Diamond. That's fire. I think he's about to pull it up as he does. He's on point always. But yeah, that's the first video off the album that's out. But I do have 2 singles out right now. I just dropped the freestyle today, featuring Wook Raw. That's on. You gotta pull that up too on there. That's on there. We can listen to that later, I guess.
Yeah.
Featuring Wook Raw. He from South Philly.
Oh,
So
yeah, I saw
Wook
this
Diamond. This Wook Diamond. He from West Philly.
Shout out my
He
bro.
showed me. I saw this one. Yeah, I saw. You showed
Yo
this
squad. I be repping, you know what I mean?
That's on my grandma's porch. She in the back right
Oh,
there.
that's cool. How do your grandma like that? You know
Yeah,
too?
she be chilling. My grandma's so laid back. Man. Like,
Yeah,
she really cool. Like she
that's
really
good.
cool. as
Did
hell.
she support your art and stuff like that?
Wrong with the shit.
It's good to have support.
Everybody needs
support.
it.
Absolutely.
Everybody needs it.
But yeah, this is called Better Know Something. So like on the hook is like, it's a war going on outside. We man is safe. Speaking in flesh, you better know something. You better know something. You know what I mean? Like, that's my boy right here.
And they let you use the store and stuff like
Oh,
that.
we did a couple stores. Like,
That's
in
your-
Philly, that's how West Philly. Yeah, we
Okay.
did. And I picked up the, I mean, he picking up the bread like that.
You picking up the bread?
Yeah.
That's what's up, though.
Boom. Like this. But yeah, so each one teach one. And my thing with that was, if you see the album cover, it's me and my stepdad. And it's a picture. It's a picture from when I was young that me and him took in his apartment, and I made it the album cover.
Why made you do that?
So my first album is me and my dad when I was like maybe like 3, and I was doing push-ups. He was teaching me how to do push-ups. Yeah, it's a push-up. It's a picture of me and him doing push-ups. So I used that as my first album cover. And I made it. Like I made that cover. You feel me? But so the reason why, because I'm heavy on family, and like I just go where my heart is. So when it tell me that's how I feel, like, you know what I mean? I don't really. I'm not a follower. I don't want to go with what. I just go with my instinct and what.
But you have parental figures.
And I'm blessed. I'm actually rare. Like the shit, how I grew up is kind of rare. Cause I got a stepmom and a stepdad, and everybody get along. Right. Everybody could be in the same room at the same time laughing.
I think that's dope.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, it should be. But it's not like
it's not like that often at all.
I look at it, that's more people to love my son.
Exactly.
More people for me, because you never know what. I think
that's that village. There you go.
Yeah, and so this is, you can see this is one of the that's the original picture right there.
Look at the shirt. Each one.
I love it.
You see what I'm saying? And this is around that era when we was rocking them beads and
it's like cross colors and all that.
Yeah, remember cross colors was out, right? So that's the album. Yeah, he liked it. He was I sent him my show.
That's so dope.
That's confirmation though, like in some sort of form that like of how y'all bind is to him. That's a way that
you honor, because you know some people
that's
like stepdads.
Dope.
Oh, I don't want no stepdad, and then you're like, no, some stepdads are not all bad.
Yeah, it just dope. Came. It was dope. He I think he sent me that picture because they got a whole bunch of old photos, and he sent me that photo, and then I was like, damn, look at that. I was like, that's dope. I was like, I could use that for album cover. I was like, I used my dad on my first one. I could use my stepdad on my second one. Like,
is my guy on the album, Yola?
Each one.
Nah, but we got a single out right now.
What is
Keep Progressing.
What is the basis of your album? Like each one has like a certain tone.
And so what that means to me is, right, I don't know what it meant to whoever created that, who first came up, who made that t-shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like, for me, what that means is that you can learn something from anybody, no matter what status, no matter like me, I feel like I'm not better than anybody. So I could have $1 million, I could have 2, 10, 20 million. I'm still not going to look at myself as better than you and you right here on this corner on this street. You get what I'm saying? I still can learn from you.
Yeah.
I know where the original premise of it came from.
Yeah, I know where y'all can talk about that though if you know the original.
Each one comes from the theory of basically of like, once you learn something, once you have knowledge, it's your job and your duty to share it.
Absolutely.
You know
I heard that. It's our job not to order information.
Knowledge ain't shit if you die with it alone.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you share it though, you'll last forever. You are a part of someone else's legacy. Your legacy grows, and you can teach many by teaching one, because one will teach another will teach another, and it's the trickle down effect.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Now I like your interpretation of it because that's also true.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's also very true. A bum, quote unquote bum, or a wino in front of the deli could tell you some shit you've been needing to hear your whole life.
That
30
should change
seconds
your whole
on a walk by while you looking for change for it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's
and to neglect that is to not really humanize yourself.
Correct.
You got to be humble to a certain extent. We got to be confident because we grow up in these
We
circumstances.
can learn from kids too. I learned so much from myself.
Kids are
from the mouths of babes.
You can learn from kids.
From the mouths of babes.
And I ain't say that, but
kids is the realest. Like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, like each one teach one. Kids,
we break.
Like I can learn from a child.
We break kids.
Can learn from me. Exactly.
We break a lot of the things we were naturally born with.
Yep.
Trying to grow people up. We tell people that their imagination doesn't have a place. We tell people that that's not real because you're somewhere else. That's not what you're supposed to be worried about. You break their creativity. I think when you're a baby up into a certain age in childhood, you probably can connect with spirits and the dead and stuff like that. You probably can because you don't have all these walls in your head that's telling you that you're not allowed to or you're crazy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I think that we get out of touch with people's spirits and we start judging people based on appearance.
Right.
We'll look at somebody that dresses like us and assume, well, he hip hop. Just not even like he's my kind of fly, but he hip hop. I could kick it to him on some hip hop shit. Like say in a job sentence
You just said
you know what I mean,
Yeah.
school or some shit like
You
that.
just
We
said
go
something
around
that just took me
multiple different kind of people. Talk to
Yeah.
me.
Nah,
Talk to
I'm
me.
very spiritual. This house next to the Zabana, that one 58 where I grew up at, that's my first house I've ever lived in. But I remember I had a room in the back. Ooh.
Used to be talking to the that 6'6"
Nah, because I feel like God forgive me if I'm crossing any lines right now, Lord, thank you. But what I'm saying is this, like, I feel like I have certain gift when it comes to that.
I believe you do.
And visions and
I think we
seeing,
all do.
and but you have to be
But
able
he
to
taps
tap
into
into
it.
it.
Right.
Tap
Exactly.
into
And
it.
the more you come connected to God is how you tap into. The
Well,
more you
you
read
know what?
word and that you can't just
No, you
like I
can't.
don't trust fortune tellers and
You
I would
better
never
not.
get my the tarot read and I
You
would
should
never
not.
do none of that shit
Nope.
because I don't. You get what I'm saying? I don't know, but what I'm saying is like when you said that. It just took me and it took me back to when I remember. I ain't gonna lie, I was little as hell. I don't know, 5'4". I was asleep, and something grabbed me and pulled me off the fucking bed, and I was on the floor, and I woke up like, yo, what the like? I don't know, but I remember the force and feeling it like.
It was real.
But it was real,
It was
and
real.
I
But
was
imagine
scared,
he would
but I
say
was
that to
just
somebody.
like.
They'll medicate his ass.
Yeah, they
You know what I'm
sit
saying?
you somewhere.
Yeah,
They will sit you
imagine that,
somewhere.
right? But I've never shared that with
They'll
nobody
put you in
like
the
that. Except
hospital
for I
for
think
that.
I told my mom that one time.
She probably spiritual.
You get
too.
what I'm saying? She is. She is. She's connected. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it was just like, when you said that, it made me think of that because the video was on,
Right
the house
there.
was right there, and I was like,
No, that was
God
real.
damn it. My bad.
I'm like, yeah, so it could be. And you never know what the purpose of that was. Like, that could have been like,
I think we
Yeah,
shut
you-
down our divine
Yeah.
raising children. I think like it's divinity that you're born with. There's an understanding that you're born with, and like you know how they say it's a reason they say that babies and pets know who good and bad people
They
are
do.
because
They do.
they're tapping into your energy.
yo,
They're
They don't have
directly
yet.
off of how
they're
you
That's
just
true.
feel.
innocent.
They
yup.
just-
They
their
don't know what
energy,
Versace
yo.
is. They don't care about the jewelry.
They don't
your
know about
car.
color.
They don't care about color. None of
None
that
of
shit.
that.
All they know is how they felt when you came around.
Yeah.
We
When you came
we
around,
tell
how they
ourselves
felt.
how to feel based on when we see somebody, based on life experiences and
And
Or
life teaching.
status.
Stereotypes,
Like, you know, if you're a doctor, you should trust them.
biases.
But you shouldn't trust a doctor anyway. You should do your own research. You shouldn't trust a lawyer. You gotta do your own research.
Yeah, you got to balance everything. Yeah.
But we've been taught trust doctors, trust lawyers, trust them because of their status.
Yep.
So then we get away from that energy and that spiritual connection. But if
In
you
nature.
Exactly.
nature,
Yeah.
but
Because
that's why.
this is the person that's going to be dealing with you when you're not able to defend yourself.
And like you said, like that nature.
And how often are you in that position?
Our natural instinct, or just natural about herbs, just whatever it is, just nature. You kind of just get away
You
from
get away
nature.
from it when you grow up.
Well, they tell you gotta
You're
grow
forced
up,
to.
but there's no such thing as growing up. Don't you still like to dance? You still like to
Don't
do music?
but
So
then
you
you-
should stop. Like, you
Then
know
we
what I
also
mean?
say you said you like to learn, but we also like you learn every day. Like you gotta learn something. You just said you learned
I
every day.
love learning.
So you can't grow up if you gotta learn. If you're growing every day.
You're
So
growing
there's
But
no
can you
growing up.
imagine
Grow
if we
you
said
just
poetry
continuous.
was kiddie shit? Like
Yeah.
we used to do poetry in middle school. Why
Like,
you
it's
still
over
doing poetry?
with.
Do you can you imagine
Saying
how
that,
much we lose? And like it reminds me of something I wanted to say earlier because it's something we was talking about.
Mhm.
One of the things that I said that I wanted to see from when all of this shit started with the lockdown and the social unrest was I want to see the art that comes out of it. I wanted to see the
It happened.
music,
The
the
art.
paintings, the poems that comes out of this because
It's
this
history.
this is another one of those
We-
them
we through a
times
period.
where
are-
we're gonna get some of the best art.
Art.
Facts.
It's a renaissance of sorts. You
Facts.
see what I'm saying?
And
And
it's
I was
amazing,
excited
too.
about that.
It's
And-
amazing.
And
to
she was sitting
listen.
next to me. I was saying it every week.
It's
I'm like,
amazing.
the art is gonna be so crazy.
And it
People are
hasn't
going to
thus far,
tap
we're
into
not even
something
done
else
yet.
because they're not comfortable no more. All that what we were saying, people was comfortable
and you
for
said
a
that
while.
you when you going through stuff, that's when you write you write your music and you write your
You
work,
write that book that you want to
I
write.
love to see what comes.
Exactly,
I want to see what
right.
comes out in the next 5, 10, 15 years. Not just
That's what I said,
by
we
the
just
summer.
beginning.
Like let people
No, it's
marinate,
gonna
make
be
their
a-
movies and
Make their
all of that
movies
kind of
and
shit.
stuff
You know what I
crazy.
mean? All the art
trickle
forms.
down.
All of the art
And we
forms.
should always, like, you know, like, I always think honest because, like, coming from my family, like, art was considered, like, taboo. I don't come from, like, an art family, none of that. I don't come from a culture, like, dancing is okay. Everything was suppressed for me. Dancing, music, all of that.
That's why you dance so hard. I get it.
So, when Honest introduced, like, another lifestyle, I was like, whoa, like, this is stuff that I love. You know what I mean?
Talking about Honest Fire.
Honest Fire, yeah.
Shout out to Honest
shout
Fire.
out to
I
Honest.
just want to be clear.
Yeah. So, like, coming from that community where you like, you just got to go to college, you got to do your word, you that's it. And I was like, I did all that, but it was like, this doesn't make me happy.
Not fulfilled in that.
But, you know, when being introduced to it, that's why I always pay my homage to it, because it was, like, still an introduction, you know what I mean? And I was like, but this is, like, I would never been able to do that if I didn't have, like, a great mentor in my life, someone to walk that path. Whether it was going to happen, whether it was going to happen or not, it was still, like, the encouragement, like, you got this. And even when it was, like, time to branch out, I was like, you should go independent, because we're just too different, and that's okay.
But you know what's crazy about what you're saying? You said that you were taught and told that you had to do these things, but then you did them. Now you can do what the fuck you want. Just imagine the people that don't knock the things that they gotta do off their list and they get caught up in that world. Like, not saying that you would have. Like, your story is a blessing in itself because you've done it. You're accomplished.
Yeah,
and you can dance when the fuck you feel like it for the rest of your life.
That makes me think of my favorite. You know, my favorite quote. I'm about to get a tattoo right here, two of my arms.
It's coming.
It is coming. It's do not follow where the path may lead. Instead, go where there is no path and leave a trail. Right. So your folks
expensive
telling you
tattoo.
to
A lot of
do-
letters.
No, it's right here. It's, do not pay for the do
Lot
not
of
follow
letters.
the path may lead. I don't give a fuck. Instead, go where there's no path and leave a trail. I don't give a fuck. In red here.
But
I know you can afford it.
You know what? And then I was looking back at I used to always write as a kid too. So I'm looking back at old stuff, and as a kid, it was like, I'm going to be famous. I was already writing this at 10 years old. I have the letter. I still have the letter, and I was writing to Leon DiCaprio because he was like my favorite.
She was writing to Leo. She wanted the aviator.
And I was like, yo, it's so crazy. Like, no matter what you are destined to do, it will come to you because that's just your path.
Absolutely.
And I was at 10 years old practicing my autograph. So I'm like, sometimes you're just destined, and that's just what it is. And I like, and when people talk to me, like, you know, having spiritual gifts and stuff like that, people just tell me their whole business. I'd be like, what the fuck just happened? And it's just like,
I went through that. I would be the
but they be like trauma, like for real. You be like, hold up.
I would be the only young black guy with an afro, my hair out because I just took my braids out, on the bus, and this old white man, a white lady, will sit next to me and strike up a conversation. This suburban college girl would just talk to me, and it was just happening to me so much. And it's like, and somebody had to break it down. They said it's your energy. They said people feel like they can talk to you. It's like, you know, they didn't talk to nobody else. They talk to you, and they don't even necessarily have to be sitting next to me. You know what I mean? If they get my attention, they'll go with it. And it happens in bars now since I'm older. But I mean, like in high school, I was confused. Like, why people keep, you know, you be on your angry shit. Might have had a bad practice or some shit. And, you know, you getting home, you getting in some bullshit based on what you did in school. And these motherfuckers not even knowing that might have been what I needed.
Right.
Just to not think about my life for a second until I got to the bullshit.
The different signs, man.
You know, man, like, it's weird, man. And you
I
said
think
something
people
else
know,
that I
like,
agree with,
wisdom
too.
that you know what I mean? Like, I think people know that you hold wisdom, or they just want to be able to rant, like you said. Because sometimes you're never going to see these people again. So they just want to, like, have a soul that they trust, and it's going to give them some wisdom.
I had a doctor's appointment one time. It was a checkup after my ACL surgery, you know, to make sure everything was going right. And I'm on an elevator full of people. And I got my jean jacket on and got a bunch of pens on it. Huey Newton, Ass Gas Grass, Backwoods, all type of shit is on this joint. Black Power, Fist, everything. And on the back, it says, every woman needs a Barstool, which is one of my slogans that my homegirl came up for me. And the lady said, she's reading my sleeve. And she's looking, and she said, can you turn this way a little bit? It's an old white lady. She's like 80-something. And I turn around so she can see all the patches, and I'm like, kind of like, I hope she doesn't get offended. You know what I mean? Because even though I stand by what's on it, there's nothing that I deem offensive. I don't know how she'll take it.
Correct.
So and then she says, can you turn around? And then I show her the back of it, and she reads it, and she says, do you have a marker so I can sign amen right here at the bottom of every woman needs a Barstool?
That's
She
funny.
wanted to autograph it and write amen. And it was just like, after coming out of that stressful appointment, I needed that. And it made the whole elevator laugh.
It's funny.
Because you know how people act like they're not paying attention to what you doing. Nigga, it was we in a box together. You see this lady spinning me in circles.
When we could all ride together.
And we just, it was before COVID.
Yeah.
But and everybody laughed, and it's in the doctor's office, and that she did something for a lot of people that day.
Like people don't laugh. Life is too serious.
And I always remember that little old white lady. Right. You know what I mean? Because it was like, that was some cool shit.
Yeah. That was
and
cool.
I think she knew what she was doing.
Vibes and good energy.
I think she knew what she was doing though. I think she had the wisdom. That's why my thing with old people, they either gonna be sweet as hell or they gonna be angry. But either way, they earned it.
They earned it.
I think
this older lady,
I don't want to be a bitter
and she's
ass
like,
old lady.
oh, she's on TikTok, right? And people tell her she's too old to be TikTok. She's like, I'm gonna dance, and she's Jamaican. I was like, this is true. Like, who tells
Why
you?
is this to be an age?
Why is it a cap of fun? Is it a cap of sexy? Is it a cap of? I'm like, what the? And she's like, and she's there. Her body is crazy too.
Killing it too.
I was like, this is kind of like that's
some
true.
things go to the level of you wondering if these people are getting the wrong kind of gratification out of doing these things. Because it's one thing to just want to do it, and it's another thing to need that attention and those
but
likes
if she's
every
70 years
day.
old when she had
And
fun,
a lot
that's
of
on her.
people some people are really like, this mental health with social media shit is a real thing.
No.
It's
people
a real thing.
Like
if they
media,
if they hit the button tomorrow when all 4 of them apps shut down,
everybody's going to.
You gonna see some crazy shit, especially if it's lockdown.
Yeah.
Because motherfuckers get you pretty every day from online. They get that you're important every day from online. But the problem is the people that's posting it don't even mean it. They're all posting the same 4 heart memes that everybody else did.
Your girlfriends,
And everybody supports each other because we supposed to support each other because you my homegirl, so they don't correct each other, they don't direct each other.
That's why when people tell me...
And dudes do the same shit. You'll hype your man up. I seen you stunting on the joint you had. You won't tell that nigga, yo, it's dangerous out here, bro.
That's true. It is. It's very dangerous.
I know you doing your thing.
I'm scared.
I know you doing your thing, but like these motherfuckers is out here.
Females are being
We have to be real with each other.
Yeah.
We gotta big each other up. I tell Sop all the time. I tell Aunt all the time. When I'm around you, I big you up.
Yeah.
I always.
Yeah, because he was like, yo, you came by yourself, and I was like, yeah. He was like, damn, that's dope. But I knew I was gonna see somebody.
We was in Camden or some shit, bro. I'm in a room full of bloods. I hit you up that day.
Yeah.
What was that?
Remember you said you had just left dinner
and
or
there
some
was
shit,
some
and you was about to come, and I'm like, bro, we about to leave.
Yeah, I was there. I was right out.
Remember
I was where?
You said you had just came from the mall or dinner or something.
What was that? Trenton.
We was in Trenton.
Oh, you Trenton? Yeah,
when I hit your phone.
That's where I'm from.
And he down the street.
Y'all was at the
joint.
Was Big U there, you said?
Was U there that day?
You say he was performing?
I don't know if U was there. Nuss and everybody was there.
It
was a lot of niggas
that
there.
spot by the, it was a building.
Right by the projects.
Yeah, and then across the street was that's called North 25. Yeah, okay. My job is literally right there. Like
we was right there. And she walked in by herself with the heels, with the motherfucking Yamin and the little skimpy Skanaminski on. And she came over and, she always shows love. So she come right over, she chopping it with us, and she looking around the room, and I'm just like, just sit right here, yo. You can sit we good right here. Like, this is our section. Like, because I seen her looking like, I know a couple people here, but I don't want to sit over there. You know what I mean? It was a decent event. Nothing went down.
No,
it was just, you could just tell what was going on in the room. And she was a lady by herself in that room. And Safia can attest to that. You walk in the rooms too. But you know that sometimes when you want to, you don't want to just stand up and be stared at neither.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and that becomes a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, part of my comfort zone is I always got one of these in my hand if I'm out, or one of these in my hand if I'm out. And that's like, if they staring at me, I don't gotta look at them. I can just, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's like being a comedian on stage with your cigarette or your bottle of water. Like, when I'm in the spotlight, as long as I have this, I'm comfortable.
And you know I'm light bulb.
Because I'm good with what I got
on. You're a light
on.
bulb too. So it's like, you want to stand out.
I do shit like wear lime green jackets and silver jackets.
Regardless of like how you look, like it's just your energy. Again, the whole thing you were saying.
Yeah.
So I feel like certain people just like attract, right? Yeah. So it doesn't matter if you can go in the most dimly light room.
You might do.
And everybody's gonna still see you.
And that becomes a thing. So I just was like, you know what? Sit down, you good? And she sat down and we kicked it.
Yeah.
and a
We
drink
just
popped up for her. She barely drunk it. It like we was
Yeah, I just
chilling.
wanted to have it, and we chilled
Yeah, we chilled
night.
that night and we had a good night. And I
Yes, we did.
actually got out of there before a majority of the performances that night. But I wasn't mad
Call
at
me
it.
next time that
It was a good joint.
No, it was good. Shout out to Missy. Missy put that back
Yeah,
there.
salute to Missy, Ace the
Oh, shout out
Chemist.
to Missy. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
man, it was a
Shout out
good
to
night.
the town.
Yeah, salute to the town because everybody was
Yeah.
everybody was cool.
And it wasn't no problems. Like, I came in, saluted, and it was like, all right, then I was like, I'm out after a while.
And that's why I'm saying it ain't like we had to save her or something. It's just like
No.
it got to that point where I seen her looking around and I'm like, you can sit.
Yo, I've been,
Yeah.
I've been through Trenton. First of all, y'all got a boulevard that's named after me. First of all, hold
Ah,
on. I think
she
it's in
said-
Trenton. First of all, S. Warren Boulevard. Is it?
Orange. Yeah, Orange.
It's S. Warren. First of all.
Yeah, South. That's for South.
Yeah,
Warren.
no matter.
She's just going,
That's for me.
that was gangster.
That's for me. That's for me.
Don't matter.
Yo, that was gangster. Yo.
I just want to say I
I
was
used
in
to live
Trenton.
on Broad, run parallel to Warren.
Yeah, so I was there recently, and I was like, oh yeah, that's my block. But that bridge, I like the bridge, especially when it's lit up.
That's
Little takes, I love that joint. I love that
Yeah.
joint.
That's your
I
whole
think I
thing.
got pictures in my phone. I love that
It's the
joint.
bridge,
It's
man.
the whole thing
It's
where
like,
you gotta see that shit to come in the
can't
trend.
tell a nigga from the town that it's like Trent makes the world take. So for us, it's like,
That's everything.
yeah, think about it.
Like our cheesesteaks,
Because,
our
but then
signature.
even,
Right.
But
Right.
Trenton been
I
through
thought
a
you
lot
said
in the
that,
last
yeah.
20
Well,
years.
but even when you go back to
Even our Ben Franklin Bridge.
when
is
you
out
go
there,
back
too.
to
But that bridge is cute.
colonial history,
Yeah,
you
like
go back
the-
to the war
when
of
everything
George
started,
Washington.
Yeah.
That's where they won the battle, right there
Right
on
there.
that river, on the
Yeah.
Delaware River.
Right, right.
You get what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what, you get what I'm saying?
Historical.
Yeah, so
No, it
that's
is,
like
it is,
it's
yeah.
very historical
Absolutely.
to town.
Absolutely.
So it's like, and then even when you think about stuff like people don't even know, like the cables for bridges were made in Trenton, like, and it used to be a major manufacturing
That's
place.
dope to
So
know
that's
that.
where it came from because they had a lot of manufacturing and companies that were shit.
Mhm.
And
out.
that's why Trenton got so
Even,
crazy in the
you
last
know,
20
Philly,
years.
a lot of
Waterfronts, Philly
Muslims,
and
but pork roll, Taylor pork roll, the shit that you see in the grocery store,
Yeah.
Taylor pork roll is in Trenton.
Trenton,
it's there
yeah.
right now.
Yo,
Like,
it's so much history
it's like,
that we
that's
like
where
can
it's, you know
learn.
what I'm
Like, from
saying?
Philadelphia
No.
is the first cut. People don't know. Philadelphia is the first place that got map. Mapping started here too.
Yeah.
When I took this tour with the horse
And we was the
carriage.
original capital.
You know how they
Yep,
got
yeah.
We was the original
Trenton
capital.
was a capital at once.
That's
too,
why we
of
got all the
United
historical
States.
shit.
It
historic.
was like 3
It's so
months.
much history in
It was
Philadelphia
short-lived.
that we
Yeah,
don't
they
even
We
got
take it for
Trenton.
granted because it's right there, and they make us go see that shit when we in 5th grade. We
Right,
ain't
I was
do
gonna
it.
And then
say,
we don't never go
everything
back
for
again.
granted.
We just waiting
Philadelphia.
for McDonald's at that point. Like,
The
Right.
banking, the banking started here too. People don't know. That's why on 5th Street is all these banking.
Absolutely.
I was like, I didn't even know that stuff. The banking and the natives. People was taking the natives from, I think it was like in Arizona, one of them, and bringing them back up to Philly. And it was like a school or something like that. They was like forcing, they had to like colonize and stuff like that. Like people forget about the natives, but they exist.
I
And
like
they
that you
still-
keep saying the natives. I love that because I hate Native American. I think it's
Right.
disrespectful.
Right.
I think it's
So where I
disrespectful
live-
to
Yeah,
tell
to put
somebody
the
that they're
American
native
on
to
there,
somewhere
and
that
they
didn't
came up
exist
with
when they was here.
American, yeah.
That shit wasn't a thing. How am I
And
native to
native
some
is-
shit you made
Native
up?
Right,
ain't
it's
even
my
re-
shit.
You
Native
don't
ain't
get the
the
fuck
word
out of
either.
it. No.
What
You
is
need to ask them what they
What
call
they want to be
themselves.
called.
Right.
Exactly.
What
We
do
keep
you-
putting
what
titles
they
on
call you?
What is your
motherfuckers.
name?
I don't
like
even know
us.
if indigenous makes sense.
African
Like, no, ask
American
them.
or, you know.
They deserve the right to tell us what the fuck. Like, come on,
Yeah.
man. I hate that shit. I mean, for obvious reasons, we know what it's like to be stripped of your identity.
Yeah.
And no matter where you come from, no matter where your people come from, we are
I
being
think
colonized,
everybody's been
enslaved, somehow, wherever we came from,
Yeah.
to the point that, like, you gotta feel for somebody that's being called some shit that don't
They-
make no goddamn sense, man.
Absolutely.
Like, but one thing I wanted to touch on too, since you actually got in your historian bag.
Absolutely.
Live is a part and was a part of a lot of major things that went on in Trenton. You know how we got all the murals in the city and all of that shit?
Yeah.
He was a part of that initiative out
Okay.
there.
Oh, that's
His
dope.
brother did the joint that they fucking painted over for what's my man name?
The guy who got killed by the
Yeah,
cops.
by the cops.
What was his name?
What was his name?
Not the one recently, right?
No, it was
No, it's
this
in
was
Jersey,
like-
though, right?
5 years ago.
He
No, he didn't get killed in Jersey.
But
Oh.
they did
It
a
was
mural
Eric
for
Gardner?
Oh, it's in Jersey.
Eric,
right?
yeah,
It was Eric Gardner.
Okay.
They did an Eric Gardner
And they
mural
painted
on the
over
side
it.
of a building, and the cops made him paint
They
over that
painted
shit.
over
The
it,
owner was
yeah.
cool with it.
Oh wow.
The owner ain't say shit about the mural. The cops made him paint over it because they said it would incite animosity towards the police.
Right.
No
Exactly.
bullshit. Just imagine a mural that's that
Oh,
dope.
wow.
And I mean, we in 2020 now, so
You
that was
paint over?
that was at that
Yeah,
time
it's
where
not
like
there.
Did y'all
murals
ever
is
go
murals.
They painted,
to,
painted over in silver.
Miami
Yeah, they made
Arts,
it gray.
Wynwoods? Y'all ever been to Wynwoods in Miami? Wynwoods?
Yeah, I did.
Art?
Yeah, I went. I was
Nah,
young though, but I went.
Where's
I've been to
Wynwood's?
Miami, but I haven't been.
Well, you gotta go to Miami if you go.
Yeah, isn't there like Hialeah? Like where is it? Like
It's called Wynwood Arts. I don't know exactly where it's at, but
I
it's
was
in
young.
oh the Arts, Wynwood Arts. Yeah.
Wynwood Arts.
Yeah.
their art. You'll sit
Yeah.
there like I could like look at art and be stuck there forever.
Yeah.
But oh my God, you'd be like amazed at what they was able to do because they said the idea of the moral of the arts and stuff like that because the community was so bad infested in Miami with like killings and stuff like that. So they had to bring some type of culture, some type of unity, and they use
garden
art.
or a mural goes a long way, man. A garden and a mural in amongst desperation goes a long way. Just to give somebody, everybody need a little sunshine on their face. Richard Pryor said it best. Everybody need a little sunshine.
Sunshine, I know, and that's what he said. Like I look at life like we all gotta laugh and just enjoy the moments because we all don't know how long we got.
Damn,
Well,
Eagles
let me
lost?
tell y'all
Tomorrow ain't
this.
promised today.
I enjoy everybody that's on this table, man.
Yeah.
Salute to all of y'all. I wish all of y'all the best. We headed into some strange times
Eagles
once
lost.
again. All right, you're not gonna cry on my podcast about the Eagles.
I just
I'm
So-
sitting here just seeing my text
Yeah, we about to
messages.
go to shutdown. You worried about the Eagles?
'Cause I just saw my text messages.
They been shut down.
Talking shit.
No,
All my coworkers
Eagles
talking
been
shit
shut down.
in the group joint like
Have people go to the stadium?
No.
So they just play it with like no audience?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing they did in the NBA.
Yeah. The NBA wasn't that bad though. They did good, huh? Yeah. But
Yeah, life has changed, right? Wow.
I mean, new normals. But such is life. Like it's just scary
Yeah.
because we
Shouts
just,
to my pop with them lamb chops off the grill. This is what he does every
he's a cook?
Sunday.
hold up, that's today?
Alright.
Yes.
We on the way.
Lamb
Lamb
chops.
chops. I said
is
lamb.
good.
I just had
Lamb
some
is
lamb.
good.
We on the way.
I had
He
Leo
got
on the way
enough
here
for
in the
five.
car.
This is what he
Lamb
does.
He got
good.
enough for the
Where's
five
that? How
of us.
far is that? Oh,
Yeah.
don't tell us on camera. We'll talk after lunch.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got enough. He got
lamb.
enough for the five of us. 6.
We out.
Yeah, 5. We
We
good.
got enough for everybody.
We good. We out.
I'm so used to Poe being around.
All right, let's do this. Listen, Rosario, where can we find you, baby? Like, let's tell us where. we can try to get that lamb. Let's go.
All right, so definitely you can check me out on Instagram as Mrs. Rosario the Goddess. You can check me on my TikTok as Mrs. Rosario the Goddess. You can also check out my YouTube page as Like the Spot, and if my poetry page is Mrs. Rosario's Poems.
Nice. You're
So-
a
Can you spell Rosario?
Rosario is
I'm sorry.
Rosario is spelled Rosario, and then do the underscore for the goddess. So
You know where to check my girl at. Listen, bro, I'm gonna do this for you.
I mean, do your
that
thing.
lamb look good. Listen,
let's get
We ain't
this
getting
going.
nothing. I ain't even gonna get hype. We ain't getting
I got
nothing,
lamb. I just
man.
had lamb on my way
He
here.
ain't even send a
But
text message.
it
Well,
don't
now
matter.
what happened? I'm
I
negotiating.
have
I'm
my card.
negotiating something over here. You know.
Tell
I'm the
Dad you coming with plus
sneaker- You know
4.
I'm the sneaker king.
Tell
You want
Dad.
me to hit what?
Tell Dad you coming with plus 4.
He gonna be like, what?
Oh, okay. You gonna be
That was
like,
nice.
They better bring the cash out with them.
You can do that. That ain't, you ain't said nothing but a word.
Yeah.
You ain't said nothing but a word.
Yeah,
I'm
But
like,
listen,
nigga, this is my personal. Like, we tell him what the
we'll
weed
buy him
is.
some more, and then he can just.
I'm about to say he told me how much. We figured
No
out.
problem.
He cooked it already. Shit. Go ahead, Si.
Let's go. You can check me on the Scene magazine
Yeah.
for your positive platform. Everything from entertainment to education, entertainment. Check us. We on the scene for everything in between. On the scene.com. Holla at your girl.
Honestly,
That in between was hard.
Uh-huh.
Live.
Yo, follow me on IG. I was about to say Instagram, but IG.
Get his handle.
Live _TOTG. So that's LIVE _TOTG.
Got it.
Yo, definitely check out the motherfucking Olive Branch video coming very
I
soon.
can't wait.
I miss my
Check out the
cameo.
Better Know Something right
Can I
now.
get an
It's
extra?
out.
Better know something out right now.
I'm saying though, can I get an next drink though? Whenever. That's a no.
Nah, yeah, we got
Damn.
me and Sammy got.
I'm like, that's a
Nah,
no.
let me stop.
We got to think
Nah,
about.
me and Sammy got songs, so we gotta do videos for him.
Yeah,
Just say
we got
one,
records.
I mean, you
We
don't
got
gotta say
bangers
one.
together.
Yo,
All I wanted to know was, can I get in it? That's all.
shout out, look,
I
shout
don't
out
care.
to Raheem the Grand for putting me an accusation. Check out that video,
Yeah.
accusation. That shit
Nice.
is tough. And he definitely
Raheem the gentleman.
Raheem the Grand.
RTG.
Okay.
If you ever had a phone problem with your mate, I'm sure we all had. So
No,
definitely
the
check
song
out the
is
video.
definitely ill, and you were beautiful in the video.
Thank
and
you.
Your hair was colored all crazy, and you did your thing in that, man. Salute to you for that, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Y'all was on the waters and all that.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
if y'all,
check it
so
out.
if y'all want to see Rosario by the water,
Check it out.
check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out. But no,
I had a ball today with y'all,
That's
man.
dope, bro. That's
Always
great.
salute the Font Productions, PHANTPHILLY on Instagram, Font Philly Productions.
Yeah.
Everything you need, man. They audio visual for us and a lot of other people. Them live concerts that y'all been trying to get together, that y'all been botching and shit. Go watch Dutch John. That's us. You know what I mean? Consultations, paperwork, all that. You could check her out, get that done. Please check out Heads Up video I dropped on the fly last week. You know, just a little bit of perspective of where my head's at as opposed to where y'all probably assume it's at. You know what I mean? A lot of shit like what we talk about on here every week. Like, I'm trying to progress, keep progressing, as my man Ant Live says.
It's right. We don't grow
You know
up,
what I
we
mean?
keep growing.
We keep growing. We don't grow up. We keep growing. I like that.
I'm on that tip.
Yes,
Shout out to Corey Williams. Check out
That's dope.
Check out They Ain't Ready, the video that's out now. Stream that shit. Corey Williams just survived COVID-19, so God bless my brother for coming through that, man. And he contracted that or found out about that pretty much right after we shot the video. So salute to him. Saw him performing last week. Saw him performing last week. He's healthy, you know. So salute to that for real. But check us out every Thursday, man, 4 p.m. I love happy hour, so I'm going to run happy hour. Sippin' with Sammie podcast. Most of the time with Saf. We got some shit, man. We got things in the tuck y'all ain't seen yet. Get the merch. The Sippin' with Sammie podcast, glasses, tees are available. The Sam Danas are available. Also, Flyboy Friday Radio, Glocawear Radio every Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. on Glocawear Radio, man. The best happy hour in the world, the greatest station in the nation. Flyboy Friday merch is around. We got football jerseys, hockey jerseys, fucking hats, scullies.
You got a great one like that?
He does. Pouches.
We got you.
Everything. Like, he over there working, so salute the Poda logo for everything that he does.
I didn't even know he had all this logo.
You don't even understand how much merch we got right now. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But it's time.
Yeah, it's dope. I'm definitely gonna buy something.
It's time. So just reach out.
Yeah, definitely.
Y'all want to support? We figure it out for y'all. We deliver. We ship and all of the above, man. And Sav got the yo-yo. I'm in the building. Merch coming.
It's in the building.
Yeah, so as soon as that's on deck, we'll let y'all know how y'all can get that. But until then, man, we appreciate y'all. Stay safe, and like I said, man, it's okay to say that you're not okay. It's perfectly fine. Everybody's fucked up, and they fucking with us. And if somebody asks you, you all right? Tell them no. Tell them no. You ain't got to tell them why, or you can, because that's your right. But live in your truth, man. Feel your feels, man, and be honest about how you going through this thing called life, because it's rough on all of us. And we here for you. So, that's all I want to say, man. Flash it only.
Flash it only.
Anything that's dead.
Hear this.
Grind, nigga. Grind, nigga. Yeah. It's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. And that gun you got ain't gonna change nothing. The demons is out and they soul hunting. You just a mask that they use, you better know something. What's weaker than flesh, you better know something. You better know something.
Better act like you know
Yeah.
Check. I grind, smoke, lead, provoke. Thoroughbred jockey, logo on the coat. Diamond get the bread, slice up the wheat. Versace Medusa head, logo the feet. Accept all victory, neglecting defeat. Real niggas get money from the streets. Fuck a corona, respect my persona. Let the 30 off and clear the whole corner. Run for your life, don't need a wife. Only a plug, cut off your lights. Shake up the dice, I break up the price. Pounds of the runts, that's looking nice. And it's oh so fabulous. Bitches take flicks, post pics, now they tagging us. Rocks in the gold Nefertiti. I just wanna roll a straight plain Jane. Blood diamonds flooding up you niggas' necks. What you call drip for your new chain. Big V8 hogging up both lanes. Flow cocaine, diamond smoke propane.
It's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. And that gun you got ain't gonna change nothing. The demons is out and they soul hunting. You just a mask that they use, you better know something. What's weaker than flesh, you better know something. You better know something. Okay. They call me Ant Live. And paper over pussy, they gave me that name. Before that, I was in God, but that's blasphemy. I killed him on the spot, what a tragedy. I'm speaking in third person. Damn, what happened to the third verses? They microwave hip hop. He had to throw flip flops. I ain't got time for TikToks. Running ends, no Jordans, just black Crocs. And the J's never warm, so they dead stock. He was all hype, know that nigga dead flop. No Flintstone, slipped it to the bedrock. Bam, bam, how I hit him in the head. I knock your goofy off like Jones told Nas. And I was my favorite rapper, never told lies. Penetration in the camp, they be hoes spies. Real lies, real lies, real lies. Cut the snake head off, that's cutting ties. I'm at the bakery, he ordered up a couple pies. I do delivery, they know a nigga good with driving. And I talk a little Spanish, so I'm good with Poppy. Told Dominique, you want us, know that nigga got me. Yeah. There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. And that gun you got ain't gonna change nothing. The demons is out and they soul hunting. You just a mask that they use, you better know something. What's weaker than flesh, you better know something. You better know something.